grow up, it's pretty bad right now. Life's gonna suck when you grow up. When you grow up, when you grow up. Life's gonna suck when you grow up. It's pretty bad right now.
Does, doesn't it?
Life's gonna suck.
Oh yeah.
When you grow up, when you grow up.
There's certain glimmers.
When you grow up.
Evening.
Tommy boy.
Welcome to the all-new Human Zoo from 10 until 1 on a Sunday on Talksport. Touching in, just kind of like accepting and recognising and celebrating even the way we all feel on a Sunday evening. Enough said? Enough said. We take calls live, unscreened, completely at random. Well, we run down the switchboard almost in sort of numerical order, but sometimes we dib about. The show consists of 80-90% people doing what they want to do, saying what they want to say, performing what they want to perform on the switchboard. We also have pieces of the show either by email or on mini-disc or on CD, and we'll get to those a little bit later. But the core of the show is very much, well, Ash, of course, who is here.
Good evening.
And folk on the phone. Let's run straight down the switchboard, shall we? Go to line 1 and see who's there. Good evening, line 1. You're on the Human Zoo on Talk.
Can I help you, sir? This is a sex shop, isn't it? Yes. £5 for it.
Okay, good start. Line 2. Good evening.
Hello, I'm just wondering, the guy is shot Leah Fiozzo, Jack Ruby. Whatever happened to him?
The guy, what?
The guy that shot Leah Fiozzo.
Yes, Jack Ruby. What happened to him?
What happened to him? Aye.
He died in prison 11 years later of cancer.
Did he?
Yeah.
Thanks very much. Bye.
Not at all.
Allegedly.
Oh, he did?
Well, you don't know, do you?
I love being asked questions. I know the answer to.
Could have been the government.
You know, that's one of the most unsung pleasures there is of being a human being, being asked questions that you can answer. Line 3, you're on the Human Zoo.
You love dolce latte.
Yes?
Isn't that those nice chocolates?
No, it's a mild blue-veined cheese, which is, it's nice, not fantastic.
I'm not in, I had a week phase, lasted a week of those blue vein cheeses.
Did you?
Yeah, and then I could taste it.
Mountain Gorgonzola is the baby.
Is it?
Oh,
is that a goat's cheese?
Takes the roof of your mouth off. Fantastic.
I don't have any goat cheese.
You don't?
Because you can taste the goat if you think about it.
I'll dwell on that. Line 4, you're on the Human Zoo. Hi.
Hello, I'd like an argument, please.
Certainly. 5-minute argument, or?
No, just an argument.
What about?
Anything.
Anything?
Yes.
Okay, all right. Your argument is that Manchester United are going down this season.
Okay.
And I agree with you. It's just that I think they'll finish third to bottom, and you think they'll finish bottom, okay?
Okay.
All right. Go ahead.
Okay. Well, I think that Alex Ferguson will leave when they get out of the Champions League early, so they'll lose all their morale and they'll finish bottom.
No, hang on. You've heard me have this argument. I put this argument many places. Now, come on. You can't nick my arguments and try them back at me, fella.
Sorry?
Line 5, you're on the Human Zoo.
It occurred to me last night that I will never be able to understand other people. This appears to infuriate me. It also occurred to me that I will never understand myself. This seems slightly more beautiful.
That was stunning. I loved line 5.
Beautiful.
Talksport.net is the website. Click the button that says email the show. Line 6. Hi, you're on.
Hello, Tommy.
Hello.
The Killer Tico's here.
Ah.
I'm going on holiday. So this will be my last call for a few weeks.
Where are you going?
I can't tell you that because I will get harassed by the paparazzi. Now then, I'd just like to say Barney has a few extra weeks because I'm in a good mood. Now, I'm going to enjoy myself for an...
You're going to Devon, aren't you?
I'm not going to tell you. It's a secret location. I say so. Come on, come on.
I think you're going to Devon.
I say so. Come on, come on.
You're going to Devon with your parents.
Come on, come on. La la. 1, 2, 3, 4. Goodbye, Tommy.
He's going to Devon with
Have
his
a nice
parents.
time in Devon, then.
Have you
I'm
ever
going
been-
to Devon.
You are going to Devon with your parents again.
No, I'm not going to Devon.
You are.
with
You're
my
going to
parents.
Devon with your parents
You're going to
again.
Devon.
With your parents again.
no,
Yes, you
no.
are. Come on. Line 1, you're on the Human Zoo. Hi.
You love fish pie.
I do. Do you eat fish?
Well, that wasn't addressed to me, because if it was, he'd be wrong.
Because
I don't eat fish.
you don't eat fish, do you?
No, not of any
No.
persuasion.
No. Line 2, good evening.
Hello?
Hello.
Hello, Tommy?
Hi.
Hello, Ashley?
Sure.
Ashley?
I don't know who that.
I am so old, I can't even walk to the toilet. Hello?
Hello.
I can't even go away.
Yeah, well, don't take the mickey out of it too much, because it will happen to you. There will be a day. The day will come when you can't walk to the toilet. The day will come when you will not remember whether you have already put sugar in your tea. It will happen to all of us. Damn thing. Hence the Human Zoo. Hi, Line 3.
Greetings to all Plymouth Argyle supporters. Let me play you something. Paul Sturkey, lump of lard.
And Line 4. Hi, 4, you're on.
Creme Brulee proudly presents a story written by Pep. It was Saturday afternoon and I was working. I work as a private eye. The name's Saville, Jimmy Saville.
Steady.
I heard through the grapevine that my favorite shop had been looted. Backspace. It stocks quality used shell suits and rubber hands. I passed it every day. The picture of Jeremy Beadle was a quarter beneath reading. They catered for all my needs. They even gave me a free rich tea biscuit. How I love that sign. I picked up the paper and I was shocked to read the headline. Watch out, Beatles about. Could this be my true savior? I was going to find out. I was at the shop straight away looking for clues. I found a teeny-weeny yellow polka dot bikini and a message that read, Jeremy, you've been framed. It all run into the notorious gangster. After weeks of surveillance in his nugget-shaped house by MI5, we nabbed him last week. He's presently in the high-security prison on death row. His name was Timmy the Hammer Mallet. Show it love to Pep.
Excellent. Good work. Thank you for that.
Not bad.
Nice.
Hello.
Hey, welcome. Yes, hi,
Sorry.
5. Yes, no, carry on, no. Sorry, I was going to say something. I was going to do some broadcasting, but you cut in. That's fine. It's
I'm
that
sorry,
kind
go
of show.
carry on.
No, it's your show.
Oh, okay. Well, I'd like to guess Nick Hull's favourite beverage. Alcoholic beverage.
Whose?
Nick Hull.
Nickel?
Nick Hull,
Nick Hull.
the famous broadcaster.
Yes.
Is it Guinness?
Yes. It's mine. Yeah. Goodbye. Line 6. Good evening. You're on the Human Zoo on Talksport. Okay. That will do for me.
That was the best call of the night, so.
I like that one. Have we logged that?
Yeah, after PRS, that one.
Line 1, you're on the Human Zoo. Hi.
I wonder why men have nipples if they can't have babies.
It's a good question.
I know, it bothers me. Bye.
Goodbye. On the subject, orifices.
Orifices.
How many have you got?
Orifices.
How many have you got?
1, 2, 3.
12, I think.
7.
No, you got way more than 7 orifices, mate.
Well, maybe if you count my eyes, 9.
Yeah, well, obviously they're orifices.
All right, 9.
They're openings, aren't they?
Well, no, because there's an eye in there.
But they're openings.
Well, yeah, all right.
You can secrete from them.
Yeah, 9. 1, 2.
You're still way short.
6, 7.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
8,
8, 9, 10, 11.
No, you can't count your nipples.
Yes.
They're not orifices.
They are.
No.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are.
Like,
yes, they are.
You know, like on a building when they put false pillars in.
No.
They're not actually structural
An
supports.
orifice.
They're just there for the look.
No.
Whereas women's, obviously, you're right. There is a nipple synapse.
I know. And there is actually an orifice deficit, male-wise.
Well, yeah.
It goes 11, 12.
And there's
you know
a
your
female
anatomy.
nipple mountain.
Well,
what were you going to say? Well,
I'd be there at the foothills.
Yeah, man.
Line 2, you're on the Human Zoo on Talksport. Hello.
Hello, would you like to hear my arguments against old people?
Old people?
Yes.
Yes.
Right, for one thing, people keep on moaning about money for the NHS. Take away these old people's state pensions, etc., and we'll have more money for the NHS. What do old people actually do? Down with old people. Don't you agree, Tommy?
Food for thought. Thank you for that. Line 3, you're on the Human Zoo. Good evening.
Hello?
Hello?
Would you like some fancy?
Again, slower.
Fancy?
Aha. What?
Is it too much
Yeah.
Thank you. And to line 4. Good evening, line 4.
I like Marmite sandwiches.
I prefer it on toast, actually. I think on Marmite sandwich it's lost in the
I hate Marmite.
Marmite is lost in the moisture of room temperature bread, but on toast.
I hate Marmite.
But there seems to be a marriage between the crispness of the flavour of the Marmite and the crispness of the toast. So Marmite toast, yes. Marmite sandwiches.
I hear what you're saying, actually, but
Thank
I
you.
wouldn't have it myself.
No. Line 5.
Hello?
Evening.
Hi, Tommy.
Hey.
Hi, I just want to play a bit of music.
Excellent.
If it's alright. I'm going to make him want to dance, hopefully. But this one goes out to my friend, a good friend, Matt, Ninja Dragon. Here you go.
Yeah.
That was very good, wasn't it?
That was cheesy enough for the Human Zoo, wasn't it?
But it didn't get me dancing. It was more got me prancing.
It was cheesy.
But it was very nice, actually.
It was.
If he wrote it.
It took us to the right place.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Here we go. Line 6, you're on.
Wait,
What?
did you just hear me fart?
No?
I said, you just missed one. I've been waiting 10 minutes for that fart.
You mean you've been waiting, storing one for 10 minutes?
Yeah.
Well, we heard
Brewing it up.
God, I just let it out rip, and you missed it.
We heard something, but it didn't strike me as being an evacuation of gas.
I've been on that for 10 minutes now, Tommy.
Well, next week then. All right, just wait until I say you're on.
I better start eating the Heinz again, Tom.
Okay, mate.
Yeah.
All right.
All right then. See you, Tom.
Yep.
Laters.
Oh, it was pretty good early stuff from the Human Zoo.
This is a cheeky barrow boy.
This Sunday evening.
Yeah.
I think.
It was a very good start. Very
You
strong.
will.
Well, the strong ends of the start.
No.
So it built up a bit.
Very good opening. Slosh.
I prefer the end of the opening.
Yes.
You know, I
started.
It's always.
It started tentatively.
Yeah.
And then became more profound.
Very much.
So let's hope that augur. I nearly said augurs well then. It's in the book of broadcasters things to say. Augurs well. It's not a phrase that anybody else ever uses in real life, but broadcasters use.
And a warm
well.
welcome.
A warm welcome and a packed programme. Line 1, you're on the Human Zoo. Hi.
Right, Tommy.
Hey.
I was on the Talksport website earlier on.
Right.
A rather fine website, I must say.
Have a roam around.
Yeah, I did do. And
there's lots to see and do.
Yes, I came across a page that was Mike Dickin Fights Your Battles.
Yes.
And I clicked to email the big man. And his email address is tmallet@talksport.co.uk.
Yes.
Now, could you explain that one, please?
No.
So T Mallet doesn't work at Talksport then?
Correct.
So why is Mike Dickin's email address tmallet?
I don't know.
It's very interesting.
Well, I'll say I don't know. I do know, but I'll say I don't know, because it becomes intriguing then. But there is somebody who works at Talksport, and indeed who shores up Mike's excellent programming, who is called T Mallet.
So it's not as interesting, is it?
In a sense.
No.
No.
Okay then.
Thank you for calling.
You love Mike Dickin.
Ash, lean across the other side of that computer screen there, and one of the CDs that I brought in, there's only 2. If you lean across, you'll see a whole bunch of audio, because we now invite, in the new Human Zoo, we invite audio contributions to the show, which are sent to us either at our address at Talksport, which I'll give you shortly, or you can email them to me in MP3 form as an email attachment, and I'll explain how to do that a bit later on, and we'll take a listen to some of the contributions that people have Talksport Human Zoo listeners have sent into the Human Zoo as the show unfolds. But this is something that's been sent in, which is the Mike Dickin remix.
Hello, Michael.
Yes, sir.
How are you?
My health is not in question. 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 Other programs deal with presenters' health. This one doesn't.
Mike Dickin is Talksport's Mr. Angry. A journalist and broadcaster of 30 years, Mike did Britain's first ever radio phone-in.
What ever do you think this is?
Well, basically, Mike.
Basically?
Yes, basically.
Why do you want basically in this sense?
Well, I was just going to sum up what I was going to say, that's all.
We don't need basically. Start without it.
Okay, well, at the end of the day,
Thank you. Goodbye.
I understand that in your younger days you're a singer of sorts. I wondered if you'd like to join me in a little duet.
No, certainly not. My health is not in question. My health is not in question. My health is not in question. My health is not in question.
You love Mike Dickin.
Whatever makes you imagine I should want to join in and sing with you is, well, it's beyond belief that you would be so bold as to even ask.
There's no need to be rude, is there?
Well, who's been rude?
Well, it's just sort of raising your voice to me. I mean...
Well, I want to know what you want to talk about.
Well, I'm not a third former, you know, I'm just...
Well, in that case, tell me what we want to talk about.
Oh, forget it then.
I think I will. Take us to short point.
How are you?
I'm not sure now. I wasn't all right a minute ago.
Well, I was just concerned for your well-being, Michael, that's all. Hello, Michael.
Yes, sir.
How are you?
My health is not in question. My health is not in question.
That's MC Dickin there. 08704 20 20 20, the Human Zoo on Talksport on a Sunday evening. I'm just feeling a little bit arsey with the world, because that's how everybody feels. Right across planet Earth, it's not just here in this country, when there's, it's prospect of work and stuff on a Monday. So on a Sunday evening, we just all feel a bit, yeah?
Have you ever seen Mike Dickin when his health is in question?
No.
It's quite a sight.
Yeah, ooh. 08704 20 20 20. Thank you for that contribution. Line 1, you're on the Human Zoo on Talksport. Good evening.
Well, that's brought the time to 16 and a half minutes to 1, and Radio 4 is closing down now. If you're listening on long wave or on medium wave, you'll be joining World Service in a few moments. But if you're listening on FM, on behalf of all of us here, this is Laurie Macmillan wishing you a peaceful night. Good night.
C flat for president.
What was that all about then?
I don't understand the meaning of it.
Don't understand the meaning of that, but thank you. Hey, line 2, you're on.
Tommy,
Hey.
I still want to have your children.
And line 3, you're on the Human Zoo on Talksport. Hey.
Like birds, we're all on the jet. Horny, no jet. I got a nice pair of my binoculars, so you can sit there on your right foot with what, cause the sorting choreographers of what, couldn't care a jot if we military men are off with a bomb, tell you for only I know. They're just rolling through the grass, whistles in the air and brighten up the air. If I see a pair of tits, and I love to watch the sun go down. Oh, vagina, oh, vagina, oh, vagina. We're kissing up and down on the willy bum bum. It's a cobbler's knob, whistling along with a pain in the bum. Whistling about in the bum. I wear a white scarf when the weather turns bitter. Everybody calls him the mountain. When the birds from a maniac with a the mountain tell me father. To the builder, I'm a raven maniac. Got half a dozen chicks in me bureau, and I love to see them swerve with delight when I'm giving them a little bit of worm and fat. After activity, our journals yiddling away with a pain in the mountains, spotting on the wee fiddling about in the chicken, camping on the grass, because I'm a bouncy, we found cooling, not for the melody, never will be, but snacks in the box, flickering away the wind, and we neck growing up all day, never will be, I'm cooling, not for the melody, never will be, but snacks in the box, flickering away the wind, and we neck growing up all day.
Brilliant, and good technical stuff as well.
Yeah, nice.
08704 20 20 20, or you can email the Human Zoo. Please do by going to our website, as discussed, talksport.net. Click the button that says email the show. Tommy Boyd, Ash is here.
The man sits reading the classifieds. The woman removes her rollers and lowers herself onto the settee. The man gesticulates wildly as he suffocates under the weight. The lady screams loudly as the television remote control dips into her left button. Ow!
The no-nonsense sports breakfast with John Smith.
Not as much fun as practicing the Kama Sutra,
but less messing about. Silky smooth sport in the morning with Adam Brazil and Mike Parry. Weekday mornings from 6 on Talksport.
Ask yourself, what music reflects your mood? This, or maybe this. However you're feeling, here's a collection of music to reflect your every mood. It's called, quite simply, Moods. 64 mood-enhancing tracks to soothe you, to relax you, to put you in the mood for whatever. Moods is all yours on 4 CDs for $29.99 plus $2.50 post and packing. Delivered to your door within 14 days and your money back if you're not completely satisfied. You won't find Moods in any shop. Only by calling 08705 445566. In the mood yet? 08705 445566.
This is the AA. And this is a radio ad to tell you we sell car insurance. If you need cover, you can call us. Trust that we will hunt through a list of leading insurers and do everything we can to get you our cheapest quote. Meaning you won't need to spend time ringing around yourself. And when we say you can trust us to do it, we mean it. Call AA Car Insurance Services, 0800 444 777.
On 1089 and 1053 AM, the UK's best sports radio station is Talk Sport.
Sport across the morning throughout the summer on the no-nonsense sports breakfast on Talk Sport. Sizzling sports stars.
Get ready for Red Hot Radio.
The hottest sports stories.
We're hot stuff.
And burning discussions.
The no-nonsense sports breakfast on Talk Sport with John Smith.
Tomorrow morning from 6 on 1089 and 1053 AM. Talk Sport.
There must be lots of people listening who've never seen Tales of the Unexpected and therefore don't know about the woman dancing in silhouette.
What, you mean like young people?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny, isn't it?
Once you've seen it, you never forget it.
Yeah. You know.
And they don't make women like that anymore.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
No, well, it's the food, isn't it?
Because there was something very sort of late 70s, early 80s about her and the way she was dancing and her hair.
The flesh.
Yeah.
It's the food.
Yeah.
There's a lot more, what's it called? Emulsifiers in today's food stuff.
Just bring it up again for a second so we can imagine the woman. 08704 20. Let's go to line 6 and see who's called. The Human Zoo. Good evening.
I slip away. I slipped on a little white lie. We've got heads on sticks. You've got ventriloquists standing in the shadows at the end of my bed. The rats and the children follow me out of town. Come on, kids. The body's floating downstream. The truck loads with machetes. The cameras are turning off. You can watch birds pick over the bodies. The cameras and the flies floated just like rotten trees. I popped out like cigarette machines. I thank you very much for letting me air my views on the Human Zoo.
Thank you. Nice one. Very good. Line 5, hi.
Hello, Tommy.
Hey.
Poppy and Paige here. We want to sing a song, okay?
Shoot.
Okay. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm too sexy for my shirt.
Hi, baby.
I'm too sexy for my shirt.
Hi, baby.
I'm too sexy, yeah. Bullock for president, Poppy for everything. I eat babies, I eat babies. Oh, yeah.
I eat them more than you. I eat
and, what's that next? Let's see. Oh, bye.
Bye. Okay, that was good. Line 4.
You love Goran Ivanisevic.
I love Goran Ivanisevic.
Yeah.
He's a fine man. You'd lie with him yourself, surely. Line 3, you're on the Human Zoo on Talksport.
This is Ivor.
Hello, Ivor.
Yeah. Is Ben Edmonds there?
Ben?
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 Yes.
No.
No Ben round these parts.
Tom Lurch loves Marmite sandwiches.
Marmite sandwiches. Line 2, you're on the Human Zoo on Talksport. Good evening.
2 weeks ago, I read Douglas Adams' Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
Ah.
But tonight, I'd like to bring you another man who I think you should all drink to.
Okay.
And I won't get on after this, so I'd just like to say now, Halifax down 4 and then Kielkos 0. Ladies and gentlemen, I bring you John Lennon.
John Lennon.
On a sandy beach.
Fantastic.
Wearing rubber pants.
He could play the piano when I was a boy.
Yeah. This is Les Dawson's version.
All right, fella, thank you for that. Didn't quite come off, but hey, listen, good thought for John Lennon. Nice one. John Lennon, ladies and gentlemen. Line 1, you're on the Human Zoo on Talksport. Good evening.
Nice one, brother.
Yeah. Let's take a piece of audio sent in on minidisc by James Lloyd. In fact, no, he MP3'd it to me using email, which is how we like it best on the Human Zoo.
Very fancy.
All you do is email me at Talksport, talksport.net, go to the Presenters Gallery and click on me. I'll email you back with details of how you can send us an email, piece of audio via email. And this is what James Lloyd has sent in. It's Vic and Bob. It's very funny.
I am gonna go to Hollywood. I'm gonna be a big star. My name in lights and a stretch limousine, a house in Beverly Hills, you know what I mean. I'm gonna be a great big movie star. You are talking out your son. You can't appeal to anyone. You sit around in your grubby little hut with your packet of biscuits and a pen in your hand. That's when when your hand isn't down your grubby little pants. Equals me. Nobody can stop me. My name is going down in history. You write on your left to NVM, on your left side book with your bookie's pen. No one in Hollywood will be receiving them. Why has nobody been receiving them? And someone read my marking them. Yes, it was me. I broke into your flat and nicked all your letters from your Scooby-Doo bag and then buried them under a pile of farmyard sky.
Human Zoo on Talksport. Let's go to line 1. Hi, line 1, you're on.
Forgive me, Father, for I have sinned. It's been 15 days since lately I've been having fewer thoughts. It's been I'm staying really long.
Intriguing.
Well, I wanted to hear more of that. Thank you for that, line 1. Line 2, you're on. Hi.
Hello?
Hello.
Yeah. I did try to come in the other day, yesterday, talking about the meaning of life.
Oh, yes?
But, well, I didn't get through.
No.
Really. So I don't seem a bore, but I just wanted to tell you my view on the meaning of life.
I see.
Totally given up all hope of ever finding the meaning of life
Uh-huh.
in this existence.
Hmm.
So we'll have to wait for the next one. So you'll have to live this life. You're going to make, if you want your life to have a meaning, you've got to give it a meaning.
Okay, fella.
Thank you.
I agree with you.
Because the meaning of life, you're never going to find it, so you may as well give it a meaning.
Have some fun along the way.
You'll die content.
Yeah, I know. Have some fun along the way.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were talking about the meaning of life on the Saturday night phone in on Talksport, and obviously it's...
I think the meaning of life right, is to move things.
Move things?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why we're here, man.
To move things.
Yeah, because, if you weren't here, the things that you've moved would be in the same place.
But you're not talking about just rearranging the mantelpiece?
No, whatever.
Okay. 08704 20 20 20. It's the Human Zoo on Talksport. I'm Tommy Boyd. Ash is here. We take calls on a Sunday night without screening them, so people can come through and do what they want to do. When we started the enterprise, we thought that people would want to burst through and give us stringent views about issues of the day. But by handing the show over to people who listen to the show, we've discovered what people most feel like expressing on a Sunday evening, which is a certain angst and anger, not just aimed at the fact that it's Monday in the morning, I think, to be honest with you, but aimed at the fact that they're here at all and don't know why, he said, getting a bit philosophical. So let's get off that. Let's get on to line...
That's what Sunday nights are for, philosophy.
Well, songs of praise.
Yeah.
You know, Pamela.
Highway.
Fantastic.
Not Charlotte's, Totally Unexpected.
Yeah. Line 3, you're on. Hi.
Pidge and Poppy present to you a parody of Barbie Girl. I eat baby biscuits. I eat them all day long. I eat them. Come on and eat some babies. Eat them. Come on and eat some babies. Ooh, bye-bye. I eat babies all day. Eat babies. I eat babies. And I also eat Welsh retards. I eat old people. Borat for president. Up with Mark. Poppy here. Hi.
Yeah, that's okay. That's fine.
Naughty hoodlums.
Here's someone driving along. Hello, line 4, you're on.
Hello.
Hello.
I'm a dyslexic devil worshipper and I just sold my soul for Fanta.
Very good. That's top hole. Line 5, good evening.
You love Mike Dickin.
Thank you, 5. It's got a bit passé now, but anyway. Line 6, you're on.
Well?
Is that me?
Yeah.
Great balls of fire. This show's getting boring. Let's see the Bonneville flag. I'll play it for you.
Fine.
You ready?
Yep.
Okay. Cheers. Cheers. There you go.
Mm-hmm.
And ready? There you play.
Typical older person's grasp of technology. Which one's the on button?
I'm losing it.
I know. Son. You're getting old, Grandad.
No.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
I got what's the order?
Either that or you're drunk.
Both.
Yeah.
Both. But this is better.
Yeah.
What am I? Say, no. Come on, wait with me. Oh, hang on. Fast forward. Rewind.
Middle-aged men trying to be groovy.
Oh, I like that.
Come on, fella.
I'm lazy.
It's almost like a sea shanty.
Sort of like this would be like Picasso's Guernica.
Yeah. Well, it was a good try, but you know.
You got any sea shanties?
Yeah, loads of them, and naughty jokes. But I want to play this damn song. I'm fighting, I tell you.
That's more like it.
Yeah.
Very good. See, we got more from that song for hearing a bit about the guy who was playing it in, didn't we? And that's what I like. I do like it if you're playing a piece of music in, if you can just say hi before you come on air, so we can kind of get a handle on who it is.
Visualisation.
Yeah.
Yeah,
the person that's entertaining us for 30 seconds, or otherwise, as the case may be.
Yeah.
And then you get an idea about the agenda and why have they picked that piece of music, and then you get a feel for it, and so on you go and on you go. Yeah. Nice one, mate. Good. Line 1, you're on the Human 2. Hey.
Hi, Tom. Can I talk about the Ashes, please?
The Ashes?
The Ashes. Yeah, how do you reckon England will do?
Crap.
Really? Why do you think that, then?
I can't think of anything more obvious.
Actually makes a good point.
Now you're talking sense. Not necessarily. But
not if Graham Gooch has anything to do with it.
Yeah, okay. I think we caught him there because he thought he might get me in a serious conversation, and but
what a buffoon!
Buffoon.
Think that.
Buffoon with an A.
Buffoon, yeah.
Spelt with an A.
Different type.
The Asher spelling spelt with an A.
No, there was two words. There's buffoon and buffoon.
Buffoon.
No, he was a buffoon.
He was a buffoon. Line 2, you're on the Human Zoo. Good evening.
Hello, you were looking for the answer to life, the universe and everything, or just what life's about?
Well, who isn't?
Well, I think I may have an answer for you.
Okay.
From Douglas Adams, isn't it 16-7?
Say again?
From Douglas Adams,
yes.
Isn't the answer 16-7?
42.
Yes, exactly. Something mad. Yeah. That is the answer to life. Something totally crazy that we can't understand.
But he was wrong, actually, but it's been found out subsequently.
And the other thing, of course, is now that he has sadly passed away, now that he is dead, he died in a gymnasium, I wonder if now he knows what the meaning of life is.
Yeah, possible.
Of all the people who should come back and tell us, Douglas Adams is probably up there. Anyway, thanks for your call.
Good idea. Bye.
Good night to you. What a nice man. Line 3, you're on the Human Zoo.
Alright, Tommy.
Hey.
Alright, James here.
Hey, James.
Alright, I've got a cuff here.
A what?
Alright, I've got a cuff.
A cuss?
Yeah. Alright, ready?
Yeah.
Right. Your mum's so fat, she walks down America in a yellow anorak, and the person shouts out, taxi! You got one for me?
That was fantastic. That was so surreal. It was beautiful. Wonderful expression of a person's absolute and utter confusion and angst. Line 4, you're on the Human Zoo.
A song to play.
I wish I was a spaceman, a fastest guy alive. I'd fly you around the universe in Fireball XL5. Way out in space together, conquers of the sky.
My heart will be a fireball. A fireball.
Go, fella, go.
Every time I lose your la.
Go for it. Sing, fella, sing.
Passing Jupiter, and maybe very soon we sail around the Milky Way and land upon the moon. To a wonderful the stardust, we don't know the it.
Come on!
My heart would be a fireball, a fireball. Where you may be the Venus of my stars.
Hey, now listen, mate, that's great, but listen.
Right.
Right. All right, life, whatever the hell it is, right, does involve singing as loudly as you possibly bloody can.
I'm sorry.
Right?
Yeah.
That's the only way, if there is a God, he'll hear you.
Yeah.
Now, do you know the words to that?
Not all of them.
Well, find out what they are. Play it to yourself all next week, write them down, learn them, and next time you come on and do the theme from Fireball XL5, sing those words a lot louder than the bloke doing the theme tune.
All right.
And feel alive.
Okay, I will.
Because you were nearly there.
Yeah.
Play it once more.
Hang on.
And sing the bits that you do know,
Yeah.
so that you wake up the people right down at the end of your street who've got that corner shop.
Loosen up a bit, Bubba.
I've got a corner shop at the end of the road.
Cool, everyone has.
I've got a chip shop.
Have you?
Yeah.
Oh, you're lucky. I got to walk about a mile to mine.
I am very lucky.
We've got a doctor's surgery, of course.
I've got an insurance broker at the end of mine as well.
Come on then, play it once more time. This time I want to really hear you singing your balls out.
Off an old record, mate.
I know, it's a great tune. It's an old Jerry Anderson. Here we go.
Yeah, get the chorus thing on.
Conquers heart would be a conquers of the sky.
Come on now, come on.
Come on.
Heart would be a fireball.
Louder.
A fireball.
More heart.
Come on.
Every time I gaze into your starry eyes.
Better. Now you felt more alive then, didn't
you? Thank you, mate.
You felt more alive.
I did.
Okay.
Now open the window and sing it out.
And the other thing to do is to bark back at dogs.
And people. Bark at people.
Bark at people.
I do that
bark
sometimes.
At bloody dogs. When dogs bark at you, right, you're going for a jog, and there's a woman, and she's got a dog, and you're jogging towards her, and the dog starts going, ow, ow, ow.
Yeah.
Bark back.
Yeah.
Because you're alive.
But like in the car, instead of road rage, instead of yelling abuse, open your window and bark like at them. Because they don't know what to do.
Otherwise you're irrelevant. You don't exist in the universe. You have to make your mark. And that is singing the theme tune as loud as you possibly can and barking back at dogs. Well, hey.
And people.
There is more to it than that, but that's a good place to start, to make sure that the universe is permanently scarred with your own contribution. Good evening, it's a Sunday night on Talksport, and that means it's the Human Zoo. I'm Tommy Boyd, Ash is here.
You're listening to the radio by yourself. Everyone else is living a perfect world, and you're stuck listening to the radio by yourself. Look, try the Talksport Singles Connection. It's the easiest way of finding someone in your area who's sitting there right now in exactly the same frame of mind as you. Call 0870-243-6907 and leave a few details about yourself and let the system do the rest. It's easy. There's no obligation and it's totally confidential. Just call the number 0870-243-6907. It works. 0870-243-6907. Calls charged at national rates.
Isn't it a great feeling of freedom when you walk down a beach in your bare tootsies? Well, it's just the same when you call us and feel the freedom of a low-cost loan from Freedom Finance. We'll shop around some of the top lenders to get the very best deals for you. And you get to enjoy a low-cost loan for any purpose. A new car, maybe. A new kitchen, a conservatory, or other home improvement. Perhaps even a well-deserved holiday. But best of all, we could replace all your existing credit and store card commitments and any loans you may have with one affordable regular payment. We might also be able to help if you've had problems getting the right finance elsewhere. In fact, we could actually save you hundreds of pounds, so call Freedom Finance now on 0800 587 87 44. What have you got to lose? Go on, do it now. That's 0800 587 87 44. Or you could visit us online at freedomfinance.co.uk. Secured loans are secured on property. Written quotations available on request. Offer available to homeowners only, not tenants.
On 1089 and 1053 AM, Talksport.
Ipswich Town is a football town. At Portman Road you will find their ground. Green grass there is second to none. So is the team, they're number one. Ipswich Football Calypso is the song that we all know. When we sing we tell everyone we're going to be top of Division 1.
Line 6, good evening, welcome to the Human Zoo. Hello.
Hello, Tommy.
Hey.
Vibe here.
How are you doing?
I'm doing very well. Last week I sung to you the Indian Curry Rhapsody, do you remember?
Yes.
Well, I've got this little, you know the EastEnders theme tune?
Yeah?
Well, I've done a little remix and I'd like you to listen to it. Okay?
Yeah.
Coming up right now.
Yep.
Meaning of life can be found at...
Now, hang on, hang on, no. That's a bit like saying to a girl,
yeah,
would you mind if I kissed you on the lips? The whole thing. The music was great, but the introduction was crap.
What?
Don't do it like that.
What do you mean?
Don't say, I am now going to play you a piece of music which is based on the EastEnders
Well,
remix.
you just said I'd like
Don't ever do that again.
You just said 5 minutes ago...
I did, but you got it wrong.
You just contradicted yourself.
No, I haven't.
Okay.
No, you see, the fact that you said that means that you're getting it all wrong. No. When we want to find out about people who are playing bits in, we want to find out about people who are playing bits in. We don't want a, excuse me, would you mind if I kissed you on the lips kind of thing.
You're just contradicting yourself.
No, listen to me. I want to find out about the person. I don't want somebody to come out from the wings and say, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, we are now going to play you an EastEnders remix. Now, loosen up.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, you got me?
So, how do you get the balance right, then?
It's a humanity thing, and you've got it. It's just that you're not exposing it at the moment. It's just a humanity thing.
All right.
All right? It's not
One last thing.
What?
You love Gigi Salmon.
That's fair enough. I'm right, aren't I? You know what I'm saying?
It's a human show business. It's the show business of human life.
The guy, I really like the guy who played a piece of music. I suspect it was sectarian, but I don't know. You know, the guy who admitted that he was drunk and middle-aged, and I liked it because it kind of set the whole thing up.
Well, I liked it because it's a bit like a sea shanty.
You got some kind of an insight into who he was and a feel for the person.
Yeah.
So that's what you want, really. What you don't want...
Smell him.
Is an introduction written down on the back of an envelope.
You could smell his essence.
Ladies and gentlemen, I would now like to play you a little number which means a great deal to me. No. But, hey, it was a nice remix.
Yeah, just sort out the intro.
We're kind of directing this show as it goes along, aren't we? But I don't mind that.
It needs direct. You can't just let it, like a good haircut, it's got to be snipped in the appropriate portions.
Yes. 80% of the Human Zoo is contributions which surprise Ash and myself as much as you listening, because we just open the phone lines and whoever is there does whatever it is they want to do. We also invite pieces of audio that you might have made yourself, or you might have stolen from Napster or whatever, but it makes you laugh enormously. And we will be playing in the X hour of the show, which is from 12 until 1, when Charlie Wolf arrives, some of the more outrageous pieces of audio that we've been sent in. And I've had so many requests to play the Armageddon news clip again that I think we will do it again, but not until about 12:45, something like that. So
I've got that exclusive track that was done.
Yes. What?
Here, ready for you.
Oh, have you?
Yeah.
Okay, let's take a piece of audio then. This has been sent in by a band who are based in Wolverhampton, who I suspect are an extremely competent, solid band, but they've put together a piece of amusing music just for the Human Zoo. It's all about car boot sales and the people who go to them and what it's like and how nonsensical it is that people get up at 5:30 on Sunday mornings because they do, and they do what they do. It's a bit rude about people who do car boot sales, but we like that, don't we?
This is not available in the shops, folks. We're going to a boot sale. We fill the car with crap. We're going to a boot sale. The people there are daft. You can sell your shite for a price that's right. We're going to a boot sale. I fill the car with shit. We're going to a boot sale. We're gonna sell all it. It's got a council sink and a pair of pants. There's women at the boot sale, but most are toughless clowns. There's women at the boot sale, but most are hairy chins. And builders' butts, and boozers' guts. The place to buy your cigarettes, the place to buy your scotch. The latest console copies and not tough Rolex watch. You can buy some junk, and we won't want.
Some Human Zoo listeners who call themselves Plastic Baby. Wolverhampton, they put that together for us. That's very nice. So I like that. Okay, more comedy songs, please. I'll give you the address to write to if you want to send them in as a CD or a mini disc, and explain again how to do it if you want to MP3 them to us using email as an attachment. 08704 20 20 20. But the spine of the show, the core of the show, will always be people phoning in and just coming straight to air. No phone operators, no phone producers asking you what you want to say. Just going straight to air and doing whatever it is you want to do, or saying whatever you want to say on a Sunday evening on Talksport. Line 1, you're on. Hi.
Maybe the meaning of life is just to wonder what the meaning of life's about. Halifax Town 5, Olympiacos 0.
Yeah, could be.
No, that's impossible.
Well, it could be.
No, it's impossible.
But the meaning of life to be wondering what life is all about, that's possible.
Impossible.
Okay. Line 2, you're on.
Hello, this is Cyril the Wasp, and I'm eating a bourbon biscuit. Good night.
Stop. Now that's really bad for a wasp to be eating a bourbon. Doesn't he realise?
Well, he'd only eat a small part of it. Couldn't.
Well, he didn't sound like he was
couldn't manage a. Couldn't, as my gran used to say, couldn't manage a whole one.
No.
Line 3, you're on.
Hello, Tommy.
Hey.
Hi, me and my friend Andrew Watson, you know him?
Pigeon Port Productions.
We have just got another song for you. Is that okay?
Yep.
Okay. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
I'll wash my hair so I have a clean bonnet. Rubber the dub, rubber dub it.
Silky and smooth like a little fluffy rabbit that is jumping off a hill and jumping over one. He's taking in a leg into the snake as his son. He's very cute and fluffy and he's not like a whale.
My favourite whale is called James Whale. James Whale? I watch him as he goes on radio.
Talksport is really good. We get to sing really good. I got a word from our sponsor, who is the Otto Weedale Boy.
Very good. Thank you for that. And your tribute to James Whale has been noted, and I no doubt that Ash will, next time you see James, which will be... Pass it on to him.
Yes.
Fine man, great broadcaster. 08704 2020 20, or you can email us talksport.net. You want the button that says email the show. This is the Human Zoo on Talksport. I'm Tommy Boyd. Ash is here.
On 1089 and 1053 AM, Tommy Boyd on Talksport.
Cut my strings and let me go. I am not Pinocchio, living every day on a fighting lead. Everybody's a hero. Staring eyes trying to deep down. In tears and laughter, I nearly drown. Living every day on a valley of ash. Before the dive, I heard the crash. Everybody's a hero. Living in a human zoo. The animals are me and you. We're living in a human zoo. No point of view.
The Human Zoo on Talksport, taking calls live, unscreened and entirely at random. I'm Tommy Boyd and Ash is here, the way most people feel on a Sunday evening. Let's go to line 6. Line 6, you're on the Human Zoo. Good evening.
It's all about. This is what they're questing for. Alan and the team from St Albans. They're up there on level 3. They're nearly there. So, living room curtains.
Theme tune from a few years ago I introduced on ITV.
I thought that was you.
Yeah. Distinctive sort of 14-year-old voice for a...
What a beautiful
54-year-old man. Yeah, it is. It is. Nightmare is one of the nominations for the 100 greatest ever children's TV shows, which if you go to...
How old were you then? 29?
38.
Really?
I've always sounded 14.
No, but you've always sounded younger there, higher than it is now.
Yeah. No, I like being a child.
That's beautiful.
I'm not interested in being an adult.
I was chatting with her. And, just a mate's son who was 3. Very interesting. They're interesting to talk to, aren't they? Because you don't talk to them.
I like them. I work on the basis of treating children like adults and adults like children, and both parties seem to enjoy it enormously. Adults are relieved to be spoken to in a not patronising, but in a sort of simple way, because they're used to people trying to be complicated with them. And children, conversely, are easily able to have very complex conversations about serious and important issues. And they're relieved to have adults, or indeed anybody, talk to them in a way that recognises their intelligence and wisdom. So that's my philosophy sorted out.
Like this kid today, right? He was only 3, and I was having this drink, and he goes, "What is that you're drinking?" I go, "This is a mixture of petrol and oil because I'm actually a robot." And I said, "No, I'm actually a human, but I'm a robot that looks just like a human." And he wasn't having it. He didn't believe me. Whereas most kids, I would have thought they believe you.
Now, I remember when I was at a party. I was about 19 or 20 years of age, and there was a child at the party. There was only one child, and she was 9. And I watched all these adults talking to her. And then she was by herself, and I went up to her and I said, "Can I ask you a question?" I said, "All those adults have been talking to you in a way that suggested that you weren't as clever as them." And she looked at me, and for the first time her eyes focused, and she said, "I know." And I said, well, why do they do that? She said, "Well, I think it's because they like to think that I'm a child, and they enjoy to sort of just talk down to me a little bit and kind of entertain me, and that I'll think well of them, and then they go away feeling better about themselves." That's what she said to me. She was 9. She was 9. I thought, bloody hell, let's let the children run the world with their kindness and their intelligence and their wisdom and their lack of a need for a better saloon car or a mortgage or something like that, and the world would probably be a much, much better place. But that won't happen. Anyway, it's the Human Zoo on Talksport, kicking things around on a Sunday evening because it's Monday in the morning and we're all feeling a little bit left of centre. Well, a bit odd anyway. Line 5, you're on. Hi.
Yeah, right. Well, we're damned if you do. What are we talking about? Well, we're damned if you do. We're damned if you do. Well, we're damned if you do. And you're
that's art with an art and a capital B, then Fizz plus S-O-N, that's me. Introductions aside, let's move right along. We can all sing along at the sound of the gong. Once upon a time, about a week ago, all of a sudden trouble started to grow. Alarm was buzzing, I was snoozing. Supposed to get up now, but I was refusing to let reality become an intrusion. Cause in dreamy dreamland, I was cruising, but the buzz kept buzzing. My head kept buzzing, the radio was low and heard an explosion. Opened up my eyes, to my surprise, there stood Homer in his temperature rise. I was chewing, he was yelling, face all distorted cause he was propelling. It wasn't what he said, but more of his tone. The usual guy, put your nose to the grind.
08704 20 20. Thank you for that. Human Zoo on Talksport. Line 4, you're on. Hello?
Hello, it's number one caller here, Tommy.
Well, that's what you say.
You love Gary Jacobs and Timmy Mallet.
Well, listen off the phone next time, pal, not off the radio. And line 3, good evening.
Hello again. 6:30 delayed due to a collapsed paddock. We're just sorting that out. Men and women here wandering around like ants on an anthill. Good to see Platitude Queen, a renowned horse, well known for its sense of humour. Look at that wiggle. Marvellous. Oh, that is. To look out for, number 1 there, Zainab Adawi's 20 Hotels, and number 3, Two-Headed Sex Beast. It's great to see the death catered for by these real characters in anoraks. A couple of youngsters there fooling around. Let's hope that tomfoolery doesn't escalate into blind, ugly violence. At least that's basically what I'm looking to see. Two fat ladies, 88. Old bingo expression there. Although these ladies, I'm very sure, are not the kind of ladies who you'd find at the bingo hall. They're altogether a better class. Look at that. Lovely girl there, chomping on a sandwich.
Very good, thank you for that. Excellent. Zina Badawi. Line 2, you're on the Human Zoo's Talksport. Hi. Or something like that. Come on. Hello. Let's go to line 1. Hello, line 1, you're on.
Hello, David Gleave here.
Hello.
I've got a bald head. I'd like to dedicate this next saying to my friends Toby McGreyhound and Ivor Williams.
Okay.
Ian Cockhead Collins.
Okay, and line 6, you're on the Human Zoo. Good evening.
Hello.
Hello.
David Gleave here again. I like Marmite sandwiches, Tommy. Marmite sandwiches all over my body.
And line 5, you're on the Human Zoo. Hi.
This call is a mystery.
Line 4, good evening.
Hello.
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 It's Phil from the Whittle.
Hello, Phil.
Hello.
You sound very distant. Are you at the top of the stairs?
No, not no. I'm just talking on the speakerphone.
Ah.
Anyway, I just want to play a few songs.
Okay.
Okay. Shall I?
Yeah. See, for me, the thing about competent music is that it doesn't actually express anything tangible, except a kind of a mood, which in the case of this is slightly aggressive and disjointed. Now, melody, like poetry and most language, used properly, has a consecutiveness about it, which enables there to be some kind of transmission of information. But a piece of music that doesn't have a melody to it, it's got a beat, and if that beat is aggressive, that's the only thing that you feel. But if it has a melody about it, then you feel that you're travelling somewhere with it. I mean, I think you know what I'm saying. I couldn't get what the point was of that. However, this is the Human Zoo, and if that's what you want to express, then on the Human Zoo, you're entitled to express it. We welcome that. We cherish that. I hope you cherish it back. 08704 20 20 20. It is, as somebody emailed me the other week, such an extraordinary piece of radio. It's not going to last. No, I know. But, it's here now, so. Line 4, you're on the Human Zoo. Good evening. Ready now, for goodness sake. Line 3, you're on the Human Zoo. Hi.
Hi, and welcome to the first Red Night auction live on Talksport. Now, lot 1, we have 16 shop-soiled padlocks. Most of the keys have unfortunately snapped in the locks or are missing, but we'll start the bidding at 20p and we'll accept telephone bids throughout the night. Thank you.
Okay, we'll see how that goes. Line 2, you're on. Hi.
This is the name line. For a minute. I've had a bartender here at Marple with me. Just a quick look at the betting. Onion Terror, 2-1 favourites, 7-4 massive bereavement, and 130, trust me, I'm a stomach. All the rest, 3-1 Derby. 6:30 has a 50-minute delay due to a fist fight near the paddocks between two officials, one of them now hospitalised. But I'm pleased to say I have with me the winner of the last race. Come here. Nicky Doolan. Hello, how are you?
I'm very well.
Are you now? How do you feel about the race there? You won that race, the last race. How do you feel about that?
Well, very pleased to have won the race. It was a hard race, won it by a nose at the end, so...
and your mum and dad must be pleased. And what do you think of you doing this? Shouldn't you be at school? Do you not think you're sort of missing out on schoolwork?
Well, I think I'll be a little bit over that now. I'm 33 years of age,
What?
That's right, I'm 33 years
You're 33?
That's right.
I thought you look about 14.
Well, I think that's a compliment,
Are you really 33 years old?
3 years of age, that's right.
Oh, my God. Well, all the others, are they sort of 30, are they not children?
Well, age varies from about, 18 to 42, or maybe a bit older.
But you're so small!
Well, that's the idea, I mean, if I was any bigger, if it was your size, then I wouldn't have won a race today.
Right, that's why you never see people like Brian Blessed riding horses. No, it makes sense. Right, well, thanks very much, Tom, to Nicky Doolan. That's Nicky Doolan here at Marple. Raining.
Very good. He's dying on its feet racing, if he's not careful. But that's another conversation. That's another show. 08704 20 20 20. It's the Human Zoo on Talksport on a Sunday evening, taking calls live and unscreened entirely at random, so people just pump through whatever it is that's highest in their mind and make a fist out of whatever form of expression they feel is most important on a Sunday evening. You can email us by going to the website, talksport.net, clicking the button that says email the show. Ash has just pulled down a bunch of emails. Well done.
Thanks, man.
Yeah. And we're also saying if you'd like to send in bits and pieces of material that you've put together and crafted and perfected, or not, it can be as raw as you like. You can either send them in as a CD or a mini disc to the Human Zoo, Talksport, PO Box 1089, London SE1 8WQ. I'll repeat the address again a little bit later on. Or you can email them to us using MP3 if you've got a PC and you're familiar with how to do that. What you have to do is send me an email at Talksport by clicking on talksport.net, then going to the presenters gallery, clicking on me on the presenters page. That email will then go straight to my base, and then I'll email you back with an address to send the audio to. And we've got some nice bits of audio to play a little bit later on the show. 08704 20 20 20. Let's go to line 1. Hi, line 1.
Hello, Tommy.
Hey.
Hi, how are you?
I'm fine, thanks. Who's this?
Sorry?
Who's this?
James from Harrow.
Hello, James.
Hi. Yeah, sorry, I'm in a bit of a dilemma. Basically, I'm a United supporter, and I've got a United shirt from the treble season.
Okay.
And it's signed by most of the United team.
Mm.
And I'm really seriously not considering to accept this bid, but someone's offered me £200 for the shirt.
Mm.
And I've just got, I mean, sentimentally, in a way, as in, you know, I really do want to keep on, hold on to it, really. But in a way, I could do with £200. And you know when you get a feeling, well, you probably don't anymore, but when you're charged, like, £200 sounds a lot of money, but I don't actually know what I'd do with it. And I just really don't want to. But it's that sort of feeling that if I don't accept it, I might not ever get an offer, a similar offer, if I get bored with just having a shirt with a bit of ink on it.
If you're asking me, keep it.
Yeah, I think so, but...
Keep it. It's a thing.
Frame it and stuff, but I just really,
Money's nothing, you know. They make a big fuss about money, but all money is a store of value. It's a unit of currency. It's nothing else. It's got no significance, money. Even those who bang on about it being some kind of a national bunting, you know, which they wave a bit like a national flag, you know, keep the pound. Money is just a store of value, and what you have is worth far more. Are you a Man U fan?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, keep it forever, my friend.
Yeah.
It's a thing of beauty, a joy forever. It's something. You've got something. Keep it. Keep it. Keep it. And when you're 100 years old, you'll still have it. And you'll remember, you know, all the times when you talked to people about it and showed it to your great-grandchildren, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Or you could have 200 quid.
Yeah, or you could have 200 quid.
Yeah, I think I do now.
For a kid, that's a lot of money.
It is. Well, it's not actually.
You'd be the talk of the town.
No, you see, Ash, you're showing your age there. It's not a lot of money for a
Isn't
kid.
it?
No.
Kids have wedges like £1,000 in their back pocket.
I'm sorry, baby, but these days it's a bag of sando. You're nobody.
Yeah.
You know. All right, fella.
Well, thanks a lot, Tommy.
Pleasure. Suppose play a piece of music that's been sent in to us by a Human Zoo listener called Alexander S. Bermange. He's got a guy called Paul Holt to perform this for him, and obviously it's done at some sort of a social thing or something because there's people listening and laughing. This is an extremely talented, well, all Human Zoo listeners are extremely talented, but this fella's clearly got something. We played a piece that he sent in a few weeks ago called Easy as a PC. I won't spoil this one by giving you the punchline, which happens fairly early on in the comedy, but it's called A Train Spotter's Tale.
With eyes translucent, never moving, the cheery sort of voicing, disapproving. But maybe it's the only time that they have ever found a train spotter on the underground. Trains whiz in and out in quick succession and seem not to make much of an impression. But I am filled with jubilation when I'm spotting trains, no matter what the station. Kendall Green and Mansion House and Norfolk Park and Maida Vale, up in Sarah, Superbet and Kentish Town and Tottenham Ale, full of Broadway, Chatham Common, Warren Street and Broadwood, Lincoln Soda, Newport, Tower Hill and London. Now Lloyd, the Fishy Road and Shepherd's Bush and Second Street, Twickenham and Charing Cross and Hanger Lane and Gunner Street, but the Junction Seven Sisters, Hammersmith and Oldwood, Amersham and Surrey, keeping on the promenade. While onlookers all figure and inspiring, with binoculars I study every carriage. I jot down in my notebook every number I can see, then have a sandwich, fit my flask of tea. I'll add this notebook to my large collection, which others can't make sense of on inspection. They say I'm Baker losing the plot, But deep down I know for certain I am not dead. What's the man in Broken Valley for behind the next west?
Brilliant. Train Spotter song, Tale. Sorry. Thank you very much indeed to Alexander Espermonge, and extremely talented, as are all Human Zoo listeners. Human Zoo listener. 08704 20 20 20. I'll give you details of how you can send in bits of stuff that you've made yourself as the show goes on. But remember, the core of the show is always the unexpected, which means people such as yourself who want to call in and say what you want to say, express what you want to express, perform what you want to perform, do what you want to do. Sounds like the Addams Family. It's stranger than that. 08704 20 20 20, or you can email the Human Zoo. Please do by going to our website, talksport.net, click the button that says email the show.
The man sits reading the classified. The woman removes her rollers and lowers herself onto the settee. The man gesticulates wildly as he suffocates under the weight. The lady screams loudly as the television remote control dips into her left button. Ow!
The no-nonsense sports breakfast with John Smith.
Not as much fun as practicing the Kama Sutra,
but less messing about. Silky smooth sport in the morning with Adam Brazil and Mike Parry. Weekday mornings from 6 on Talksport.
The Nokia 8210 pay monthly mobile phone. Lightweight, inky. One of the most popular mobile phones around. But you can't buy it from the Carphone Warehouse. Why not? Because they'll give you one free, that's why, when you connect to selected 1-to-1 Orange and BT Cellnet tariffs. Be still my beating heart. For yours, phone 0800 925 925 or walk into the store, remembering to open the door first. A free Nokia 8210 mobile phone from the Carphone Warehouse on 0800 925 925. They're nice like that. Offer subject to 12-month subscription, excludes upgrades, and people over 8 feet tall.
I've just been looking at the motorbike ads in Exchange and Mart. Heartbreaking stuff. This one here, BSA, same owner for 40 years, reluctant sale, I'll bet it is. Look at this photo, Triumph Trident 750. Pregnancy forces sale, all-wheel swap for estate car. Gotta feel sorry for him. If you're screwing him down on the price, of course. Exchange and Mart bike section every week. However hard it is to sell your bike, it'll still be easy.
Bloomberg Radio, the definitive guide to the latest form on all the markets and all the money. Bloomberg Radio, the UK's only radio station dedicated to keeping you in touch with the latest financial news that moves markets. Bloomberg Radio, across the UK on national digital radio 24 hours a day. Bloomberg Radio.
Tommy Boy, Human Zoo.
What if the world is just a big disappointment?
Ask not what your radio station can do for you. Ask what you can do for your radio station.
I've got an email, I'm going to read it out in an angry voice, okay? A guy phoned up earlier on and asked what happened to Jack Ruby, and I said he died 11 years after he shot Lee Harvey Oswald. And Alan Keston has emailed this. Can I do it in a really angry voice?
Yes.
This is a person who's really
what
got...
accent you can do?
I'm just going to do it when he comes from London, so I'll do it in angry... He's 40 to 44 years of age, which is the most dangerous age for a human being. That's documented. Right, listen to this, right.
Boy, what a fool you make of yourself! For your information, Jack Ruby died 4 years later in 1967. Not 11 years later, as you stated. Let's see if you've got the guts to rectify your mistake on air. Because in the past, when you made mistakes, you just ignore my emails. That makes you look like a gutless fool. God, I challenge you to correct your error on air. Alex Keston.
So I did do that, but he didn't die 4 years later. It was a lot later than 4 years.
He's right to be angry if you were wrong by 7 years.
How justified he is in his anger there.
Yeah.
If off the top of your head to get a couple of years out with the death.
Well, no, it's not a couple of years, Tommy. It's 7 years.
Well, he's talking crap anyway,
Yeah.
because it wasn't 4 years later. So he's wrong, but you know. Anyway, he adds, P.S. Go on, Ash. You do it if he bottles it. Your listeners have a right to know.
Yeah, man. Yeah, my listeners do have a right to know.
A right to know, you know. By the way, Ash, I think you're a diamond. Regards, Alan. Aren't people funny?
All right, Alan.
Isn't it amazing what we're sharing planet Earth with?
It's a danger, isn't it?
Isn't it?
You don't know who's in the sweet shop behind you.
You just never know. You get that funny feeling you're there buying a packet of Wrigley's and there's somebody behind you. You don't know whether it's a, little old lady with a dog or a big bloke with a white van.
You don't know which one's more dangerous.
No, you sort of check the breathing, don't you? And also you get a sense of the size and the danger of the person behind you without actually looking or anything. Just get a feeling about it.
Yeah. It helps to walk with a limp.
Is that what you do?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
You walk with a limp.
Yeah.
Mad people leave you alone because they just accept you as one of them.
I don't catch their eye.
No.
I don't catch the eye of people. I used to catch people's eyes.
But what you should do is not catch your eye and have a limp.
I learned not to catch the eyes of buskers or people asking for change. Yeah. And now I use it generally, on the bus, at the bank.
Or look straight in their eyes and bark really loud.
Do it again. Especially at dogs. Otherwise, you haven't existed. Line 4, you're on Talksport's Human Zoo. Good evening to you.
Hello, David Glebe here again.
Hello,
I'd just like to ask, why Charlie Wolf looks like a horse?
And why do horses look like Charlie Wolf? He does like horses, Charlie. Thank you for that. Line 5, you're on.
A tune for my mate Ian.
Okay.
Flag for President.
Excellent. Email from Mike Dunsford. I was wondering whether I am the youngest listener to the Human Zoo. I am 10. And then a joke about a chicken crossing the road, which is very straightforward, and therefore I'll get to it another time. Thank you for that. Lots of emails about why there isn't a picture of Ash on the Human Zoo
I've got to get a
website.
Picture to...
You're never going to put a picture of you up on Talksport's website, are you?
No,
that's become the thing now.
Well, yeah, I'm meant to be getting one now.
It's a bit like Maris
I've got to sort it out.
In Frasier. No one's ever seen her, and that is, bigger than ever seeing her.
Exactly, yeah. I mean, people saw me, there might be a lot of, shockings.
Fantastic.
Across the nation.
08704 20 20 20. The Human Zoo on Talksport. Let's go to line 6. Hello, line 6, you're on.
Tell you something, I think you'll understand. Yeah, I'm tell you something, I wanna hold your hand. I want to hold your hand. I want to hold your hand.
Oh. I wanted him to finish it.
That was good. You got a real feeling there about something going on. It's a Sunday night, and that means it's Monday in the morning, and we all feel a bit like this. Hence the Human Zoo. Line 5, you're on. Good evening.
And a very good evening to you. You join us during the final stages of this truly titanic struggle between Di Fatbelly Gutbucket and the English champion Tommy Even Fatbelly Belcher. It's all down now to this last leg, and it's Fatbelly on the otter. Game on. So it's Fatbelly to go first. It's a good start. Double vodka. Single pint. Another double vodka.
100 milligrams.
That's a good start for Fatbelly.
Do you ever play darts?
Yeah.
I'm usually better after about 4 pints.
Yeah, well, it oils up the joint.
It loosens you up a little
Oils
bit.
the elbow.
And you don't try so hard.
Yeah.
And it's a bit like this, samurai, who were originally archers, they weren't swordsmen. That was how they learnt this business of zen and not concentrating in order to do your best, because they used to ride past targets on horseback, bareback, with their bow and arrow, and they found that they were better likely to hit the bull if they didn't really think too much about it. And the whole thing came from that.
It's like the, what was it called over here, the Special Operations Executive.
Yes.
The method of shooting people.
Don't think about it, just
don't think about it.
Ride
your
past
arm up.
Yeah.
Lift your arm up, point at it like without thinking, and two
just
shots.
Just go bang, yeah.
2 shots on it.
Yeah. Have you noticed now sorry, what's that thing with the bloke and the woman? What's that series with the bloke and the woman and they're always chasing UFOs? It's not so big now. It used to be
X-Files.
huge. Yes. They do that thing with the gun now. When they're pointing a gun, they have the gun horizontally. Have you noticed that now? You do that thing.
I don't.
Well, you used to have a gun with your fist upright, didn't you?
Yeah.
Okay, as if you could do a thumbs up.
Yeah.
But then suddenly they started going, I saw them one day going through a car park looking for an alien or something, and their guns were horizontal. They turned their fist the other way.
Maybe they've got different guns. Do they have special guns?
No.
Are they phaser type?
No. They're ordinary proper handguns, American style handguns, made for TV movie handguns.
And they hold it one-handed?
And they hold,
one-handed.
And they hold it horizontally.
Just one-handed?
Yes. And I've never seen a gun held horizontally before like that.
No, you should never do.
You go back Clint Eastwood, you go back way through, Buffalo Bill Cody and the whole thing.
Exactly.
I just wondered if it was a fashion thing or whether there was a practical thing about it. And whether our boys are now told to go out and hold their guns horizontally.
It's a fashion thing, isn't it?
I think it is.
It is. I mean, how you hold your gun is it's fashion.
It just looks sexier. Looks sexier on a woman somehow. I don't know why. Just, as though she's thought it through. See what I'm saying? Line 4, you're live on Talksport's Human Zoo.
Hi, Tommy, it's 5. Can I give you a kiss on the lips?
Well, it's funny you should say that, because I was only talking to Ash about that earlier this evening at our production meeting.
Were you really?
And Tommy was telling me that only 2 men have ever kissed him properly on the lips.
Yes, I did say that.
So obviously it's going to be very special.
Mike Dickin and Timmy Mallet?
No, similar though. Scott Chisholm and Mick Robertson.
Oh, who are they?
Well, quite.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh.
But I'm afraid you're not up there with them.
Well, you don't know that.
I do.
Oh, how do you know that?
Well, because they're special men to me. And you're not yet. A special man to me.
And you can hear in his voice.
Yes.
Oh, and Ash would get his picture up on the website.
He ought to.
Yeah, but it might turn away people.
Well...
Could lose business.
Lose business?
Could be bad for business.
There was something in that remark. It was a throwaway remark, but yet there was, there were a couple of chapters there. Thank you for that. 08704 20 20 20. Talksport's Human Zoo, taking calls on a Sunday evening, live and unscreened, so we get a flavour of what is in people's hearts and souls, rather than in their carefully resculpted minds. Hello, line 3, you're on.
I'm sorry about earlier. I had reception. I had a message for Ash.
Yes.
Ash, my dog, my female dog, wants to go on a date with you.
Can you send a photo?
Signed?
No, it doesn't need to be signed. Not at this stage.
Okay.
If I take it further, I might need some agreement.
That's good.
Tell you what, whoever's doing that, although it's difficult to listen to if you're going underneath a pylon, that's very good, isn't it? Because that's a well-treated voice, and they're obviously doing it live.
Yeah, well, it's just a effects box.
Is it?
Yeah. Just a
box. But not everyone's got one.
No, he's obviously got one.
We've all got a fridge and a cooker and a washing machine.
Yeah.
And 8 phones in the house now and several televisions, but not many of us have got effects boxes.
Yeah, but every man must have his gadget.
But where do you get an effects box?
You get them from music shops.
Some candy?
Well, not a very good way. You're better off if you want a good effects unit.
And what do? Plug a microphone in?
Well, yeah, you plug a microphone in and then an output out the back. I mean, the way to do it really is put it through a mixing desk.
Yes.
But yeah, you could just plug a mic in.
But what most of us don't know how to do is to turn that into a telephone.
Yeah, well then you're going to need a TBU balancing unit.
Oh.
Yeah.
But it's doable.
Oh yeah, definitely.
It's doable.
I mean, there are those things that you said.
Yes.
But that's for mainly recording off the phone.
But that was very good. Well done, fella.
Very good.
That was nice. Turn the volume right up so people have the best chance possibly of hearing what good work you've done. And probably turn the treble up as well, because bass tends to distort a bit badly, takes the meaning off. Treble.
Although you don't get much treble down a telephone line.
You don't?
No,
you explain.
Well, you don't. You see, you don't get your top end on a phone, do you?
No, I
I mean, well, you don't get your.
No,
doesn't come down.
No, but that was good work.
Very good.
Oh,
your mid-range. You're right about that.
Yeah.
Your mid-range. Upper mid-range.
Some of the bits and pieces of audio that are sent into us on the Human Zoo, when I listen to them on my machinery at home, they sound a bit muffled and a little bit sort of distorted. But when you play them through the machinery here...
Oh, it's all in the pre-production.
You do a lot of that?
A lot of pre-production. But also, our processors.
Yeah.
You know, what we hear, sometimes it's better on air than what even we hear in here.
Really?
Because of the processors.
Fantastic, isn't it? Line 1, you're on the Human Zoo on Talksport. Hello there.
McCarthy, 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 Steve Flack will make the country bumpkins of Yeovil look like fools on Thursday. Steve Flack for president.
And line 2, you're on the Human Zoo. Good evening.
Hello, I'd like to order a midget on a unicycle, please. Actually, 2 brand new midgets and 2 brand spanking new unicycles. How much will that be, please?
Anything to drink?
No, the midgets and unicycles will be fine.
And line 3, you're on the Human Zoo. Good evening.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. And line 4. Hi.
My name is
Ivor Doble.
My name is
Chris Curran.
My name is
Steve Flack.
For 1 second. My name is
Chris Holloway. Ivor Doble. Again. Noel Blake. Steve Flack for president.
Good player, Noel Blake.
Noel Blake, yeah.
Line 5, you're on the Human Zoo. Good evening.
You are so funny. You are very funny. Yes, it's extremely funny. But all callers are stupid and boring.
And line 6, hi.
You know me by my scent. You know it well. And I'm watching you always. You needn't fear. Because you shall live a victorious life.
Excellent.
Blimey.
Weird. Impenetrable.
Convoluted.
Spooky.
Surreptitious.
Demented.
Chafed.
Appropriate.
Nutty texture.
08704 20 20 20. It's the Human Zoo on a Sunday night on Talksport. Taking calls, live, unscreened, and pretty much entirely at random. Also welcoming bits and pieces of audio that people have sent into the show, either by post, on CD or mini disc, or emailed in using MP3. I'm Tommy Boyd. Ash is here.
The Talksport Singles Connection is the easy, confidential way of finding your perfect partner. Register for free right now on 0870 243 6907. Call the number Leave a few details about yourself, and that's it. You'll get a text message sent to your mobile phone with a list of potential partners in your area, who you can call, or not call, it's up to you. And it's totally confidential. Call 0870-243-6907 and try it for yourself. You've got nothing to lose. The Talksport Singles Connection, 0870-243-6907. Calls charged at national rates.
Frankie, do you know anything about Born On Dating?
Is that the new dating agency you joined?
I have not joined a dating agency.
Hey, Louie, it's nothing to be ashamed of.
Born On Dating is the way you can tell how fresh your bottle of Budweiser is. Because fresh beer tastes better.
Right.
The date it was bottled or born on is stamped onto the label. Hence, Born On Dating.
Well, Louie, you really need to get out more. Have you thought of joining a dating agency?
I don't need a dating agency. I'm a babe magnet.
On 1089 and 10:53 a.m. Talksport.
This was produced by Cheese Productions, a very cheesy production company. You can contact us by writing to Cheese Productions, Cheese Lane, Cheeseland, Cheese Britain, and the postcode CHEESE. Cheese Productions, making it more cheesy for you.
Tommy Boy, Human Zoo.
Lovely bit of music, this. Ash's choice. What's this again?
Yeah, this is out the Laurel and Hardy film, Cops.
Fantastic. Jimmy B's email from Bolton, he just says, the Human Zoo is ace. It helped me through my SAT test this year, so thanks. Keep up the good work. The Life's Gonna Suck song rocks.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Not off.
Not off. They're thinking of doing a CD of the best of the Human Zoo already.
Who is? Oh, the people upstairs.
Management.
The lords.
The men. Men in suits. Suits. The big players.
The head honchos.
Big shoes. 08704 2020. Better not go further down that route,
no.
Have we, Ash?
They're lovely men.
Life's too short. And so am I. 08704 2020. Or you can email us by going to talksport.net. Click the button that says email the show, or if you want to send an MP3 piece of audio, if you go after the show's off air to the presenters gallery and click on Tommy Boyd, and send me an email, then I'll email you back with details on how you can send in a piece of audio MP3 style. Let's go to line 6. Hi, line 6, you're on the Human Zoo.
Hello?
Hello?
Hello there. I saw your advert in the paper the other day, right?
Yeah?
And I'd just like to say I would love to buy a stuffed alligator head. £25, I believe, yes?
250. It was a typing error.
£250?
£250. But that's reduced from £400, so you'd save £150.
Well, I got the actual body for £75. I don't want a bit. I'd also like to give you the mating call of the extinct trestle hump.
Thank you for that. But you see, Ash, you would pay more for the head of an alligator, wouldn't you, than for the body?
Because I mean, he's talking salamander.
The whole thing about an alligator is the head.
Yeah.
You're not bothered about the body.
No. Unless you're a watch strap maker.
But if you're in the water,
yeah.
You don't go, my God, here comes the body of an alligator.
Yeah.
It's not that's going to have you, is it?
No.
They're not going to
tail.
whack you with the tail. Well, they could do that until the cows come home. I wouldn't bother. You just get bruised.
Oh, I don't know.
But it's the head that will take you under.
Yeah, but the tail has quite a serrated edge.
Yeah, it does.
You take that, it's quite... but that, I mean, obviously you're right. But if you do ever get attacked by a crocodile or alligator, just hold its mouth together, for God's sake.
Well, you read that, don't you? It's a bit like...
Oh, no, I've seen it on that program.
It's a bit like if a rhinoceros charges towards you, and this has... I've been out in rhinoceros territory.
You run at it with your fists.
Well, apparently you're supposed to just stand there and stare at it, as if. That's what they say to you. They say to you, the guides, they say to you, if we find a rhino and it does charge, which is unlikely, just stand your ground. Don't run. Do
you know what the biggest killer is in Africa?
No.
Go on, have a guess.
Not the tsetse fly.
No. Well, I don't. That's probably right, actually. But apart with animal, like the normal mammal, water buffalo.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And I think then it's hippo.
Hippos are
very vicious.
Hippos look nice and they're funny at the zoo. You throw a peanut in there and they've got a big mouth but a small throat. But they are.
Don't befriend a hippo ever.
Vicious.
Even if he offers you sweets.
Let's go to line 5. Good evening, line 5. You're on the Human Zoo on Talksport.
Did you have a good day yesterday?
I did have a good day yesterday.
Did you win your tournament, son?
I did win my tournament.
Did you get fined again?
I did get fined again.
The McEnroe sketch.
Don't slurp your orange juice.
What did you say?
I told you before not to slurp your orange juice.
You cannot be serious! You cannot be serious! I did not slurp my orange juice! Did you hear a sound? Did you hear a sound?
I heard a slurping sound.
Jesus Christ! You cannot be serious! I want to bring in Dad. I want to bring in Dad. I want to hear what Dad has to say. Let's bring in Dad. Let's hear what Dad has to say.
Did you hear a sound, Patrick?
The drink was slurped.
Jesus Christ! Why am I surrounded by incompetence? Why is everyone against me?
John, why don't you calm down, come and finish your breakfast?
This egg is runny. I must have my eggs boiled for 6 minutes. How long was this egg cooked?
I boiled it for 6 minutes.
You did not boil it for 6 minutes!
Oh, yes, I did.
You did. Is this your heart? Is this your way? Is this your heart? Your way, this dope is way!
I'm telling you, I boiled it for 6 minutes.
You did not boil. Jesus Christ, Mother! You are the piss of the earth! You are so incompetent!
Well enough, they were all writing about that sketch, which was Griff Rhys-Jones and I think Mel Smith and Pamela Stevenson on, what was it, not the 9 o'clock news?
Yeah. When
John McEnroe was in his pomp. Because McEnroe's now turned completely establishment and is a great commentator.
Yeah.
And they were all saying, can we remember what he used to be like and how they used to take the mickey out of him on the not the 9 o'clock news show. But that was a good sketch, considering. 08704 20 20 20 is the telephone number. Let's go to line 4. You're on the Human Zoo, line 4. Good evening.
This is the government.
Ah.
You must cease broadcasting within 10 minutes, or we will assassinate Mike Dickin. Good night.
Well, we'll be here at 12:05.
Yeah.
I don't know what that means to the guy down in Dorset.
Yeah.
Is it Dorset? He owns a church.
It's Cornwall, isn't it, or something?
He owns a church.
Does he?
There's a church on his land. He was telling me this. I didn't know this. Yes, Mike, well, you see, down in the West Country, anybody can own about 400 acres.
Yeah.
And Mike Dickens got a church on his land. He owns a church. It's his church.
Hmm.
Nobody else uses it.
His church is not in question.
It's fantastic.
What is it like, just derelict?
It's a proper church, and it only seats about 200 people, but you could get married there or be
does it run
there.
things, does it? The services?
No, because it's his church, and he doesn't let any of that happen, because it's not in question.
Is it all set up in there?
He's got his own church. Isn't that fantastic?
Yeah.
What would you do if you had your own church? You'd have parties there.
Yeah,
you'd have macabre Dennis Wheatley type parties there with goats and naked women with their wrists loosely bound with heavy rope.
That's right, man. That's exactly what I would have.
Me too.
And a hot tub at the top.
Hot tub in a church. Yeah, there's not enough hot tubs in our churches.
That's what's the problem with in this country.
More hot tubs.
Yeah.
Up by the altar. In fact, have the altar
in church. Imagine how many people would go.
I'd go.
I'd go.
if they sort of, I used to go to a fitness centre actually, which was a derelict church. It used to be a church. It was in Isleworth, I think. And I went to that, and I had my silent prayers on the exercise bike and stuff.
I mean, if they had it all, they had a gym in there.
Yeah.
People would go and seek the Lord.
Not that you go to church a lot.
Me?
No.
No, I don't go to church.
Not that you've ever been to church.
I have. I went to a wedding. Well, a few weddings.
You go for the social reasons?
Social reasons.
Okay. 08704 20 20 20. Or you can email the Human Zoo, talksport.net. Click the button that says email the show. We're heading towards the X hour when we'll be playing the bits and pieces of audio that people have sent in very kindly. A lot of it very near the edge after 12 o'clock. And we'll be playing Armageddon again around about 1:45, 12:45, something like that. Line 2, you're on the Human Zoo. Hello there.
Light bulbs on sticks that dribble and spit at fake plastic scarecrows dressed in tuxedos. Their sinister faces wrong in the right places. They have come for your children. Hide them away, cut them up, hide them behind. Fish on glow sticks, painted on fridges and the door to the cupboard where your skeletons are hidden. Big secret from the hysterical piano people with dark reflections who go to conventions with evil intentions to set fire to creatures from outer space who only come for a good time and a few drinks at the bar and to fix the robot doctor up to his old tricks, shredding newborn babies. It must be stopped. Its wild shenanigans cannot be tolerated. Billions could die. Get our priorities straight on a witch hunt for witches, lifeless. Things are going wrong. Gotta keep calm like the businessman moves to Japan to have a nervous breakdown. Computers and relish all that he needs to keep him insane. Like the elderly farmer who grows his own karma on a patch in the Human Zoo. Feeds it to me and you, yeah, feeds it to you and me. Suckers cut our brains, razor blades, and various kitchen appliances on the sidewalk. Spiral out of control. Geezers and goons and mindless buffoons and computerized computers carrying dolls in boxes for their sons and daughters. Back home in the basement where it's all a blur that blinds leading the blind. See what they can see in theory. Idiot food, green slop from the nameless shop in a nameless street, and a bunch of nameless girls and boys playing with their nameless toys. The brains in jars, driving cars, shopping for food, glows in the dark, keeps us happy and useless for the next life. The next rehearsal, spineless and boneless, strange mannerisms, licks the plate, happy to be canned up in a small tin for resale in some time. Soon comes a final handshake here and there, comes and goes, trying to be clever, smiling for the cameras, telling us the meaning of life is to find the meaning of life. Quotes Trotsky for all ages and apple stuff, speaks dribble, plays piano for a teenage orgy.
Cool. And then we got this sent to us in a cassette.
Miss Dick Hillary here. Yes, I know, particularly a man's name as well, and I'm fine with it. Here are my astrological predictions for your week ahead. Aries, your horoscope clearly shows that you did do it, and it's about time you honest yourself and the police and confess the whole horrific truth. It's time to smell, for goodness sake. Taurus, I wouldn't bother if I were you. Gemini, your new neighbors, William and Fiona Hague, will introduce themselves this week. Be advised to politely refuse William's invitation to join himself and his friends Sebastian Co. in their Wednesday night judo and wrestling evening, as the event can be quite fraught. Sebastian really doesn't like to lose, and you don't want to start a relationship with your new neighbors so soon after they've moved in. Cancer, well, where do I start? Bad week for you this week, I'm afraid. But ignorance is bliss, I say. Leo, grrr. Virgo, be prepared to be knocked in by a former Conservative cabinet minister in his new Jaguar on the way to work on Friday. This will set into motion a chain of events that would lead you to becoming the new face of that staying order. Libra, stop thinking it, you'll only make it worse, and go see a doctor. Scorpio, life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get. Sagittarius, you'll be involved in an argument with pseudo-student, mock-me chef Jamie Oliver. Next first checkout at Sainsbury's this weekend. You'll notice young Jamie has more than 10 items in his shopping basket, and politely ask him to go to the appropriate checkout. Jamie will refuse to move, and the dispute will escalate into an ignominious fistfight, ending in the police being called. The good news is, you win. The bad news is Jamie will never fully recover from his injuries. Capricorn, Tomorrow you will discover the meaning of life has been accidentally printed on the back of your train ticket instead of rail track standard conditions of sale. The newfound knowledge of the purpose of our existence on this earth immediately fills you with feelings of gloom, inadequacy, and disappointment, sinking you into a dark, all-consuming depression. Later this week, you'll resign from your fatuous but adequate job in insurance and jump off the roof of the local multi-story car park, unable to come to terms with the shattering realization of your purpose in life. Aquarius, unfortunately, this sign has been cancelled due to lack of funds. And finally, Pisces, buy a lottery ticket this week. The winning numbers will be... Oops, I see we're out of time. That's all from Mr. Killer this week. Back to Tommy and the Human Zoo. Ta-ta!
Tommy Boy, Human Zoo.
Frankie, what do you think?
They look ridiculous, Louis. Take them off.
I'm protecting my eyes from the sun's harmful...
3 a.m. Tommy Boy on Talksport.
Tommy Boy.
Why am I such a Griffin?
The Tommy Boy radio experiment. It does exactly what it says in the paper.
I smell bacon.
Life's gonna suck, oh. Life's gonna suck when you grow up. When you grow up. When you grow up. Life's gonna suck when you grow up. It sucks right now. Life's gonna suck when you grow up. When you grow up. When you grow up. Life's gonna suck when you grow up. And then you're gonna die.
So, in a sense, don't grow up.
Yeah.
Because if you just don't, well, you know, you're going to grow up, so you might avoid dying. Nah, that's going to happen. 08704202020. On a Sunday night, right across planet Earth, everyone feels a bit like you feel now, because it's Sunday night, and it's Monday in the morning. You might not have work or school or college or whatever in the morning. You might have nothing in the morning, but you'll still feel as though it's a Sunday night. And on a Sunday night, you feel a certain way. You feel a certain angst and anger in your breast. We just all do. And so the point of the Human Zoo is that we kind of reflect that and give you a small crumb of comfort, which is the knowledge that lots of other people feel the same way as you do. And there's comfort in numbers, isn't there?
It's a slice of comfort.
A big bun of comfort, an eclair of comfort, an eclair.
The balm cake of comfort.
Yes, it's a Chelsea bun of comfort. And what we do is we take calls without screening them. So we've given the phone operators and phone producers the evening off, and calls that come through to air just go straight to air. So as long as what you're saying is clean and lawful, then you get to say what you want to say. Or more likely, express whatever it is you want to express. So we're not so much looking for a couple of points that have been missed in the debate so far, or that's fine, in other corners of phone-in radio. We're just looking to get a feeling of what it is to be you on a Sunday evening. 08704202020 is one way of expressing that. You can email the show if you want to, talksport.net. Click the button that says email the show, or you can send in a bit of audio, which might be something that's caught your ear on the internet perhaps, or whatever, maybe something you've taped yourself, or it can be something original that you've put together. Try and keep it down to about 45 seconds, which sounds short, but that is a good amount of time to express yourself without us having to be detained by the meaning of the words. Do you know what I mean? I think you might. 08704202020. Line 1, you're on the Human Zoo on Talksport. Good evening.
Hello, Tommy.
Hello.
I'm a very important person, and I've got an opinion.
Well, same here, but I keep it to myself. Anyway.
I'm far more important than you. Do you want to know what my opinion is?
Yes, I do, very much, yeah.
What this country needs is a damn good war.
I've heard that before.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind myself as long as I didn't have to be involved.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind the war, but I'd want like a nice job.
I'd like
I wouldn't want to be in the trenches.
Now that it exists as a concept that we all understand, you know, you get kind of like, you know, what about war light?
Yeah.
You know, like you get
war light
cigarettes and light beer, you know.
Yeah,
light
war
light war.
That's what we have these days.
War light.
Yeah. That is what wars are like now.
Because they used to make mosquitoes out of cardboard and canvas.
Do they?
For the planes.
They made the planes out of canvas?
Yeah, they were fighter planes, but they were made out of canvas and wood.
Yeah.
and I couldn't imagine them doing much damage.
No.
So
But it's pretty light war these days.
that's what we need.
No, you don't get proper...
Warlike. There's no spectator sport.
There's no Pearl Harbors anymore.
Perhaps not many dead.
No.
Hello, line 2. You're on the Human Zoo.
Hello?
Hello there.
Hello? Who you are? It's chicken curry. It's chicken curry, chicken curry, chicken curry. What you are? Meat, your pleasure. What you want? Want chicken curry? Want chicken curry? Ah, chicken curry. Good fly life. So, I think our food will come back soon. You better go. Bye.
Well, it's funny you should do that because we haven't got it lined up, but somebody sent in a very interesting piece of audio which was nicked from the internet, I suspect, about it's a fake call into a Thai restaurant, I think in America. But I don't know if Ash can actually lay his hands on it because all the audio...
Is it the Chinese chicken?
No, it's Thai food.
Thai food?
Have you got that?
No.
I think it's probably the other side of the monitor.
I'm bringing all... what you mean over here?
Oh, it's one of those mini discs. You're never
find it in the next...
You're never going to find it.
In the next break.
Let's go to line 3. It just would have been nice to tack it on the back end of that call. Line 3, you're on the Human Zoo. Good evening.
Paul Hart's Red and White Army.
And line 4. Hi.
No, is Ash there, please?
Yes, he is.
Hello, speaking.
No.
Yes, speaking.
No.
Yes?
No.
Yes? If you could hurry, time is money.
Hello, Ash.
Hi, yeah.
Could you tell me what's happened to Humphrey?
Yeah, Humphrey's got a job and a wife. He's a character.
Yes.
So he used to appear.
Sure.
And doesn't come in anymore. But we will get him in again. But he just has to get up in the morning and he's under the thumb.
Okay, then.
To Valerie. Lovely Valerie. Okay.
Not at all. Line 5, you're on the Human Zoo. Good evening.
Hi, you papers.
And line 6, thank you. Line 6, good evening.
Hello. Could I speak to Ash also too, please?
Certainly.
Ashley?
Hello?
Hi, how are you?
Yeah, I'm alright.
You love king-size Rizzlers.
I've got Thai food here.
Let's take a listen to that.
Dog, and 1 2 pasta cool.
What, can you say again?
Yeah, I'm going to hit the hop and you don't start the winner of broccoli beef.
Broccoli beef?
Yeah.
Yes.
The winner of the broccoli beef? Okay, you got broccoli beef. And I want, 1 other Big Daddy Kane, 1 other LL Cool J, and 1 other Snoop Dogg and 2 packs Shakur. And I want ice cube in my iced tea. Okay, you have iced tea?
Yeah, we have iced tea.
You have iced tea, yeah. I want ice cube.
Can you speak slow down? I don't understand.
Are you Taiwanese?
No, Thai.
You Thai?
Yeah.
I Thai too. You said you must hear you don't speak Thai?
Yeah, I speak Thai.
Okay, well I'm from the other Thai. I'm from the southern Thai, and I want 1 other Booyah Tribe, LL Cool J, and 1 other Big Daddy Kane, and the hip hop and you don't start and rhythm of broccoli beef. Okay?
LL Cool J?
Yeah, 1 other Big Daddy Kane, and no wait, crisscross that out. Look, I want Wu-Tang Clan, Snoop Dogg, 1 other Snoop Dogg, and 2 packs of Shakur. You know Shakur?
Shakur?
Yeah, 2 packs. I want 2 packs of Shakur.
2 packs of Shakur?
Yeah. 2 packs of Shakur and with flavor flares. And 2 short ribs. You have 2 short ribs?
Short ribs?
Short ribs, yeah. 2 short.
Oh, okay.
2 short ribs and a hip hop and you don't stop and the winner of the broccoli beef and the bang bang boogie and don't stop the boogie. Okay?
You speak too fast. I don't understand this.
I speak slow, okay? Listen to me.
Okay, can you tell me the number?
Okay, all right.
This is restaurant.
Yeah, restaurant Thai food.
Yes.
Yeah, I want Thai food because I'm so hungry. I need Thai food. Do you Thai restaurant?
Yes.
Yeah. I need 2 short ribs and I need Wu-Tang Clan.
Can you speak English slow down, okay?
Okay, I speak English. I try to speak English to you, okay? You know, you Thai, you my brother, right? You Thai? You Taiwanese?
No, Thailand.
You Thailand?
Yeah, just a bit slow down.
Okay.
Speak fast, like Chinese, I don't understand.
Okay, I try to speak like as slow as I can. You have to have this food. What kind of Thai restaurant is this? You don't have Wu-Tang Clan?
Wu-Tang Clan?
Wu-Tang Clan and Snoop Dogg?
No, we don't.
And Broccoli D. You have Broccoli D in the Bang Bang Boogie and the rhythm of any hip hop and you don't stop.
Bang Bang Boogie? Bang Bang Boogie?
Yeah.
No, we don't have that.
You don't have Bang Bang Boogie?
Okay, wait a minute.
Huh?
你應該會等我俾太穩。
08704 2020. I haven't got the paperwork in front of me. I can't remember who sent that in, but thank you for that. And if I don't name check or whatever, everybody who sends in bits and pieces that we use on the Human Zoo, I apologise. I will get round to it at some point, but very grateful for all the bits and pieces that come in. And rather than provide the show with a kind of a structured running order, since it seems more appropriate being Human Zoo, what I'd like to do is if people call in and do stuff, and we've got some stuff that other people have sent in that vaguely matches it or somehow gives us a reason to want to play it, then we'll play it there, is the way we work. Although a lot of production values go into the show and a great deal of work beforehand goes into what we do, for God's sake.
It's all in the free.
We don't just kind of like pitch up and do it, for crying out loud.
This isn't a market. Place, you know
Lord!
This is your Marks and Spencer's back in the 70s.
08704 2020. You're in the X hour of the Human Zoo. So some of the pieces that we're playing are quite grown up, or at least we'll be playing, are quite grown up. And Armageddon in less than half an hour. Line 2, you're on the Human Zoo. Good evening.
Next time you see a Dushman looking all pale and sad, don't kick him in the douche bin. It might be my old dad.
Fantastic. Really,
My Old Man's a Dustman.
it was the back end of My Old Man's a Dustman, and it meant nothing, and yet it meant everything. That was a great contribution to the Human Zoo's X Hour. Thank you for that.
And a great contribution to road safety.
Yes. Line 3, you're on. Hi.
My name is Cheesy Billingham.
Cheesy Billingham, very Dickens, very Charles Dickens. Line 4, good evening.
Oh, Tommy, won't you suck the cream out of my Eclairs, please?
Thank you. And line 5. Very short and sweet. That was a bit too short, actually.
With a data.
I know I say keep it down, but that was a bit too short. And line 6, good evening. Here we go.
You mustn't share with trouble, but later we're not going to get served into yourself.
Excuse me, though, I'm Charlie Nicholas, the Sky TV.
Oh, Jesus, that was Clark. I was supposed to be there 20 minutes ago. I should set up in the corner there. Can I get a picture of it?
Line 1, you're live on Talksport's Human Zoo, 08704 2020. Good evening.
Hi there. It's regarding you speaking about this thing about I don't know, about 2 weeks ago, about there's 5 people who couldn't speak Japanese, but they inherited or genetically morphinism or something like that. Don't know if you remember that.
Yes, I do.
Can you tell me the book what he's reading about? The book.
Oh, blimey, that's called A New Science of Life by Rupert Sheldrake.
A New Science of Life.
By Rupert Sheldrake.
Okay.
I'm sure you'll never find it. I would think it's out of print. It's Oxford.
Okay.
It's a very interesting book, however.
That's the one.
Yes.
So what's the thing called?
What's what thing called? Morphogenia.
That's it, morphogenia.
Yes, he's involved in some frontline research into how it is that living things know their shape.
That's the one.
How it is that when you eat a bacon sandwich, one molecule from that bacon sandwich knows that it's going to be part of your nose, and another part of that bacon sandwich knows that it's going to be part of your toenail.
That's the one.
Yes, it's very interesting.
Thank you very much.
Enjoy.
Thank you.
Yeah. It's a good call. See, you might not believe it, but it's also the most intelligent show on the radio.
Hello, Tommy.
Hello, line 2.
Hi, I'm Matt Ninja Dragon, and my friend Billy Dominic has phoned up 4 times tonight, and I'd like to congratulate him on that fine poem you read just before the news.
Excellent.
Did you enjoy it, Tommy?
Yes, I think I did, yes.
And, Tommy, a couple more things.
Yes.
I'd like to say hi to all those in the Games Asylum chat room, because I think they're listening. And hi to Thomas Edward York, if he's listening.
Okay.
Because he's a bit of a hero of mine.
Right.
Good night.
Yeah. And to line 3. Good evening, line 3. You're on the Human Zoo.
Hello, DCI Birch here. I'm looking for the criminal known as the Horse, a.k.a. Charlie Wolf. Have you seen him?
I can see him now. I can see him through the glass out in the newsroom area at Talksport, the place where the journalists work on sport and news here.
Tend to turn himself in, or he will be assassinated along with my dick in.
Turn himself inwardly. Okay, I'll do that. Thank you.
Okay, bye.
I'll tell you what you don't get anymore. You don't get the police and journalists colluding to give yet to be apprehended criminals flashy names. During the 70s and the 80s, when I was a boy, well, I wasn't a boy, I was a journalist, for God's sake, they used to keep giving these terrible criminals, hideous criminals, these flashy names. They were all panthers and things like that, and sort of wolfmen and stuff. And it was utterly reprehensible. They've read too many comic books. I think our coppers are a lot more sensible these days. Everyone's more sensible these days, thank the Lord. Line 4, you're live on Talksport's Human Zoo. Yes? Ah. Line 4. Line 5, you're live on Talksport's Human Zoo.
I love you!
You know, it's funny, isn't it? But those words, they mean something to you, even if they're said as anonymously as that. Although, of course, perhaps that person was talking to you listening. Because you could do that too. In fact, I'll do it quickly now. I love you. No, hang on. I love you. There. Fantastic. Costs nothing. Line 6, you're live on Talksport's Human Zoo. Who's this?
That's time for sport with Alan Partridge. Thanks, Chris. And over at Sandown this afternoon, there was a great finish to the 3:30 Chicory Tip Incest Cup. We'll take up the race with 2 furlongs to go.
Novelty Bubble on the inside. Novelty Bubble followed by Immaculate Pasta. Christ's Chin coming up on the inside, followed by Abba the Horse and Alf Ramsey's Pawn Dungeon. Coming up the rear, Sinead O'Connor. But Novelty Bubble is holding his own with Immaculate Pasta. Christ's Chin.
And line 1. Good evening, you're live on Talksport's Human Zoo. Hello.
Hello, is that Tommy?
Speaking.
All right, I've got the radio on at the same time. I'll just turn it down because I listened to that horse race, actually. I didn't know you were there. Right, 2 programmes that I know you like. You just mentioned Tales of the Unexpected about an hour ago.
Yeah.
Can you actually remember all the symbols that come on at the beginning? Like the
No,
gun?
we can't, no.
Oh, sure you can remember the gun revolving around and the lion on the thing and the roulette wheel.
Well, now you remind me. Yes, I can remember the roulette wheel, but no.
And
How come you can remember it all then?
Because I love that program. I just remember watching it like when I was a kid, about 10, 11 years old. My mum used to let me watch that on a Sunday night before she shook me off to bed for school the next morning.
Yeah.
And I used to look forward to that. Now, actually, The Simpsons. I know we had a bit of a discussion, if you remember, about 2 or 3 weeks ago about The Simpsons. And I watched one last week, and I can't remember. It's a long time since I laughed as much about. Do you remember the one, the garbage man can?
Yes.
Where actually he gets
he becomes the DA for garbage, yeah.
That's right, and oh my God, when he's actually filling the hole on the Springfield with the rubbish and Ned Flanders next door, so I was burying a pet rabbit and he forced it back up through the ground. Oh my God. And I've never laughed as much, the garbage man can.
Yeah.
That's all.
Very good. I like as well the election bit as well, where he gets the gig and the guy turns up.
Oh, yeah. When, at the end where he gets his cup back.
Very
and nobody claps.
Thank you, mate.
Brilliant.
Nice one. Nice guy. 08704 20 20 20. You're tuned to the X Hour of the Human Zoo on Talksport. I'm Tommy Boyd. Got your emails. I'll get to them shortly, maybe, if they're read-outable. Ash is here.
See, I had this accident. It wasn't my fault, and it was less than 3 years ago, so I've got a good case for compensation. I need legal advice. Trouble is, if I win, many of them want a share of my payout. Why?
Tort Legal are different because win or lose, you don't pay us a penny. We recover our costs from the other side, not out of your compensation.
To register your claim, call Talk Legal free on 08000 19 64 64.
Talk Legal.
It's only fair you don't have to share.
All right, son, we know you done it. Lime scale, grease, grime and stains. The problem with your type is you're scum. Soap scum. Well, you're nicked. Shock, bath power and kitchen power, the amazing cleaners with no bleach, no chlorine and no ammonia, made from natural plant extracts, are taking the nation by storm.
I like it. It not only looks clean, but it feels clean.
This is fantastic stuff.
Bath power and kitchen power remove limescale, grime, grease, stains and soap scum with no hard work or your money back. Shock, bath power and kitchen power actually work. Available in leading supermarkets everywhere.
Isn't it a great feeling of freedom when you walk down a beach in your bare tootsies? Well, it's just the same when you call us and feel the freedom of a low-cost loan from Freedom Finance. We'll shop around some of the top lenders to get the very best deals for you. And you get to enjoy a low-cost loan for any purpose. A new car, maybe. A new kitchen, a conservatory, or other home improvement. Perhaps even a well-deserved holiday. But best of all, we could replace all your existing credit and store card commitments and any loans you may have with one affordable regular payment. We might also be able to help if you've had problems getting the right finance elsewhere. In fact, we could actually save you hundreds of pounds, so call Freedom Finance now on 0800 587 87 44. What have you got to lose? Go on, do it now. That's 0800 587 87 44. Or you could visit us online at freedomfinance.co.uk. Secured loans are secured on property. Written quotations available on request. Offer available to homeowners only, not tenants.
Call Jeffrey Boycott tomorrow night from 7. Jeffrey Boycott takes your calls. If you've got a question, he's sure to have an answer. Tomorrow night from 7 on Talksport.
Tommy boy.
Hold the barrel steady and jump in one at a time. Hold the barrel steady and jump in one at a time. Hold the barrel steady and jump in one at a time, one at a time, one at a time.
I have got nothing to do with tonight's show.
Tommy boy.
Evening. The Talksport you're listening to, and it's the Human Zoo. It's an odd piece of radio, I know, I grant you, but it's appropriate for a Sunday evening. That is the idea behind it, because simply most of us feel a little bit as we do on a Sunday night. I'm Tommy Boyd, Ash is here.
Good evening, Emma.
Kind of, when I say it's our show, I mean it's the two of us, and then it's people who phone in, and people who send in stuff. In the last hour of the show, from 12 until Charlie Wolf time, which is 1 o'clock, we keep the switchboard running. We don't vet calls. We don't have screening or anything. So when people come to air, they just go straight to air. So if you call 08704 20 20 20, you'll hear some messages from Talksport. That means you're stacked and waiting to go to air. And as soon as that message stops and you hear me talking or silence or whatever, it means you're on the radio. So just get on with it, really. Obviously it takes a bit of getting used to, so maybe the second or third time then you're up and running, but you can say what you want to say and do what you want to do and perform as you wish to perform. And the most successful bits and pieces that we get, I think, are just people just giving it whatever they've got, really. But we've got some good bits of audio which we'll play a couple of the first ones in a second. Ash is looking out the window because there's supposed to be somebody wandering around outside that's intrigued us. I just thought you might like to know that because I looked up to talk to him and he's looking out the window because apparently down in the street there's somebody.
Yeah, man.
You couldn't see the person.
No, I couldn't.
I've been looking through. Fascinating, isn't it? Because, you know. And we'll play the first bit of audio in just a second. But what we'll do is hurtle down the switchboard once again. Go to line 1. Hi, line 1. You're on Talksport's Human Zoo.
Good evening.
Good evening.
I would just like to say to the government, my terms are strictly 7 days net. And thank you for my lump sum payment. Goodbye.
Goodbye. Good one. Line 2.
He was bitter about something.
He sounded a bit...
I hate David Platt.
I did too.
Really?
I don't know why.
He did well for Villa.
Line 3, you're on.
Hello? Is Gemdu on?
Hello.
Hello?
Hello.
Hello, how's it going?
So-so.
Hello?
Hello.
Do you want to listen to something?
Well, I am. Very good. Thank you. Line 4, your turn.
You love Dickie Bird. Oh no, wait. You love Ryan Sidebomb. No, you love Matthias Muller. Matthias Muller. You love Muller Rice.
Muller-Rice, yeah. Muller-Rice. Line 5, you're on Talksport's Human Zoo. And line 6, good evening.
Hello?
Hello?
I'd like to sing a song for you, Tommy.
Okay.
Garnet Hines, you are driving me crazy. You are fat and you're lazy. So won't you please come home? Garnet Hines, Garnet Hines.
Let's take a piece of audio which has been emailed into the show. I can't remember exactly by whom, nor do I know what it's called. Except I would guess that it's called, having listened to it myself twice, I think it's okay. I think it's called 3-inch Tool.
Little me, my nuts are small as pearls. You like to laugh at me 'cause I'm hung just like a squirrel. Sometimes it bugs me, I'm not a bigger guy. When I was a baby, it was exactly the same size. But there's nothing I can do, 'cause I only got a 3-inch tool. Come home with me, have a cocktail at my place. I gotta tell you before we get past second base. In my pants ain't no big swing, but if you can find him, he's a friendly little thing. Well, there's nothing I can do, I only got a 3-inch tool. When I'm coming out of the pool, I only got a 1-inch tool. Sometimes
08704 2020 is the number. Armageddon in about 10 minutes' time on Talksport. And Charlie Wolf, of course, will be with you from 1. Let's go to line 6. Line 6, you're on. Hi.
Well?
We don't chicken out, do we?
No.
No. He's jumped. Gone.
Yellow belly.
Another one of those occasional callers that you get who are just checking out that what we say is what goes on.
Which often isn't the case.
And they're disappointed to discover that what we say is the truth.
It's the truth.
They'd rather we were lying so they could go around tomorrow saying,
yeah.
You're not sure it's
not real.
No, because they say that, but you see, you go through to it, and of course you're not on the air.
It's all professional actors.
Yes.
Unemployed professional actors.
Scripted, yes.
Yes.
08704 2020. Line 5, you're on the Human Zoo.
From sea to shining sea.
Good enough. Good enough.
This show does constantly change your facial expression. at all moments.
Yeah,
Constantly.
I was reminded of him for the 3rd time this evening.
Yeah.
Line 4, you're live on Talksport's Human Zoo. Hello there.
Help me, Tommy, help me. There's something in my house that's got like axe. Help me. Oh, it's going to kill me. Some sort of fast. Hello, Tommy.
Hello.
This here.
Yes.
It'll be £500 for that one. Would you like to keep the head in a jar or basket? I would prefer a jar. Keeps it fresh. The police see it, just say it's fake. I'll meet you in your car after the show. When would you have the money? £700 for the head, or £500 for the kill. Goodbye.
This is interesting. Ash, James Gallagher has emailed, and he says this. I've got some MP3s of somebody using dialogue excerpts from Arnold Schwarzenegger movies and then ringing various places, which I find funny, and it will be great for the Human Zoo.
Yeah.
Can you reach across and get one of those CDs that I brought in, which again is the other side of the monitor to you? Yeah. The one with the Adventures. What have you got there? I think if you go down to about.
Oh, tell me when the Adventures of the Human Zoo.
I think if you go to about.
Arnie calls.
Yeah. Isn't that funny? Guy's emailed in. He's got something, and we've got it from somebody else. We might as well listen to it because that's as good a cue as you need.
It is, isn't it? I mean, it's destiny. You know, there's something to be said in that.
Thanks for calling Hidder San Jose. This is Kay. How can I help you?
How are you?
Good.
First, I would like to just get to know you.
Get to know me?
Yeah.
Well, sorry.
You son of a bitch.
What?
Stop whining.
Stop whining?
Yeah.
I'm not whining. What are you talking about?
Who are you?
I'm someone that works at this restaurant.
You lack discipline.
What?
You lack discipline.
Do I like discipline?
Yes.
You need to call a different line. This is Hooters. You don't call here talking like that, all right?
Interesting.
I've got part two here.
Well, yeah, we'll play that in a second. Interesting that he said, you lack discipline, but that the babe thought he said, do you like discipline?
And she obviously did.
Well, obviously, yeah. Let's listen to the other one then.
You son of a bitch. How are you?
All right. Who you want to speak with?
I'm Detective John Kimball.
Charles Kimball?
Yes.
Barbecue. I used to Charles Kimball.
Yeah.
I used to somebody named Charles Kimball. Charles Kimball. Could you describe Charles Kimball?
Yes.
Could you tell me how Mr. Kimball looks?
I'm Detective John Kimball.
Detective. Oh, he's a detective, John Kimball.
Hey, I'm a police officer.
Oh.
I'm a cop, you idiot. I'm Detective John Kimball.
Excuse me, sir, but this is Cotton's Barbecue. This is not a police station.
That works quite well, doesn't it?
Yeah, man.
I think what they have to do is get those pieces of dialogue on hotkeys, which you've got.
Yeah.
So that they can choose what bit of dialogue to play next. Because if you've got it lined up in order, it's not going to work.
If you had a sampler, like, you know, the keyboard, so each key.
Could we try that? Do you think we could try that?
We could do that.
Could we try that?
Yeah.
Get a piece of Mike Dickin or somebody, or Brazil, you know, Parry.
We could do that.
Doing some stuff.
Yeah.
We tape it.
Yeah.
And then call a restaurant. Or somebody. Prime Minister.
We could do that.
Yeah?
Should we try it?
It'd be good, wouldn't it?
Yeah, man. But who with?
I don't know. But it's there. It's in our back pocket, as they say.
Yeah.
08704 20 20 20. Armageddon in about 10 minutes. You're tuned to the Human Zoo on Talksport, line 5. It's your turn.
Charlie Wolf only has a 1-inch tool. Charlie Wolf only has a 2-inch tool.
I'm watching now, so I'm counting through the delay because Charlie's at the photocopier and I can see his back. But obviously he can't get output there. No, he can't. The photocopier at Talksport, got this huge thing. It's like Chernobyl, but in fact it is a photocopier. It's a very powerful machine.
Very, very powerful.
And Charlie's at it now. I don't know what he's photocopying. He spends hours at the photocopier, Charlie.
Bottom.
I can see his bottom from here. He's in his Wrangler jeans and his plaid shirt.
Yeah.
And he's photocopying away like, I nearly said buggery then, but I meant Billio.
Yeah.
But he didn't hear that last call, which is okay. Charlie will be with you from 1 o'clock, and as ever, he's putting the finishing touches to what will be yet another huge spread of a show. That happens at 1, Armageddon in about 10 minutes, and line 4, you're on the Human Zoo.
Hello, Tommy. Hey, you know that Arnold Schwarzenegger thing you're just playing right now?
Yeah.
Well, I've got something here that I think you're going to find way more funny, and if you're ready for it, I'll play it now.
Thank you.
Hello, this Arnold Pizza Shop. I'm out here now, and I'm killing pepperoni. If you want to reach me, if you want a pizza, I don't care. I'm not here. Can't you realize that, idiot? But if you need a pizza sometime during the next few days, I can have it delivered to you, or maybe I will staple it to you. I don't care what you want on it. Every pizza comes with pepperoni and with 9mm bullets on it. you don't like it, I don't care, because you'll receive one anyhow. The only difference is maybe the 9mm bullets will be in a gun, or maybe they'll be on your pizza. If you don't fuck around, I'll give you good pizza. If you do fuck around, I'll take a pepperoni and punch it through your head. So, if you want mushroom, shut up. If you want broccoli, what the hell is broccoli anyway? Shut up with the broccoli. If you want something crazy like a pineapple, I'll kill you. If you like pepperoni and bullets, you come to the right place. If not, you'll eat it because you have to die. So, give the name, number, serial number, how tall you are, whether you're susceptible to any diseases, and if you're out, I'll come over, maybe I'll give you a pizza, maybe I'll break off your arm.
And he's gone. That's a shame. What was that? Was that somebody impersonating?
It must have been.
Schwarzenegger, obviously it was, isn't it?
I didn't like that laughter though all the time.
No, the laughter made you think. You were kind of concentrating on what the guy doing Schwarzenegger was saying, because he was pretty good, but the laughter, well, I don't know. It distracted you.
Yeah, it needed some work on that.
Shall we play Armageddon after the break or before the break?
We could play it in before, couldn't we?
I'm not going to play Armageddon over and over and over. It's just that a lot of people asked after last week if we would play Armageddon again, and I think it's worth it because it's that strange. What it is it's an American radio station in Florida. I forget the name of the show, and it's the newsreader, and he's asked to read out a news story that's been published in the Los Angeles Times, which, as he points out just before he reads it, and I think he's only sort of skim-read it. He certainly hasn't read it through, otherwise what happens wouldn't happen because it goes. He completely loses it. It is an extraordinary news story. And as he points out before he reads it, it's come from the Los Angeles Times, which is a highly respectable journalistic organ in the United States. So let's take a listen to Armageddon.
Here's a fax from Cooter in Orlando, who sends me a copy of a story that appeared in the Los Angeles Times. He says, a prestigious newspaper, not the oft-maligned Weekly World News. Quoting the story, in retrospect, lighting the match was my big mistake, but I was only trying to retrieve the gerbil. Eric Tomaszewski told the news doctors in the severe burns unit of Salt Lake City Hospital. Tomaszewski and his homosexual partner, Andrew Kinky Farnham, had been admitted for emergency treatment after a felching session had gone seriously wrong. I pushed a cardboard tube up his rectum and slipped Raggett, our gerbil, in, he explained. As usual, Kinky shouted out, Armageddon! My cue that he'd had enough. I tried to retrieve Raggett, but he wouldn't come out again, so I peered into the tube and struck a match, thinking the light might attract him. At a hushed press conference, the hospital spokesman described what happened next. The match ignited a pocket of intestinal gas and flames shot out the tube, igniting Mr. Tomaszewski's hair and severely burning his face. It also set fire to the gerbil's fur and whiskers, which in turn ignited a larger pocket of gas further up the intestine, propelling the rodent out like a cannonball. Armageddon! Tomaszewski suffered second-degree burns and a broken nose from the impact of the gerbil, while Farnham suffered first and second-degree burns to his anus and lower intestinal tract. Armageddon! Peered into the tube and struck a match, thinking the light might make the gerbil come out. So that's what felching is all about. Armageddon! Who said that? I didn't. Robert D. Raven on the John Bon Billy Show.
It's the Human Zoo on Talksport. I'm Tommy Boyd.
All right, Harry. Ain't seen you in donkeys. You do know Chainsaw Charlie's after you, don't you?
That's why I've been keeping my head down, innit?
What you gone and done then, eh?
Nothing. All Charlie said was get rid of it.
What, a body?
No, his endowment policy. How was I supposed to know you can sell him and get up to 35% more? I just surrendered it, didn't I? Now he's after me. Says I made him look a right mug.
You trying to tell me that you never heard of AAP?
No, of course I have. Well, I just panicked.
Well, I think you're going to relive that experience, me old son. Look who's just walked through the door. Harry. You better not surrender your policy without talking to AAP. Tell him, Harry.
Call AAP on 0845 222 1967.
Louder, Harry.
0845 222 1967.
It's been financial.
AAP are regulated by the Personal Investment Authority.
Over to the sink with kitchen power, across to the worktop, onto the hob. Beautiful cleaning action. Now he picks up the bath power, through to the shower. Look at those taps sparkle, it's amazing! Oh, the light scale's been sent off! That's the most effortless clean I've ever seen! Shock, bath power and kitchen power. The amazing cleaners made from natural plant extracts are taking the nation by storm.
I used it on the taps and the stainless steel sink, and that they look really sparkly.
Bath power and kitchen power remove lime scale, grime, grease, stains and soap scum with no hard work or your money back. Shock, bath power and kitchen power actually work. Available in leading supermarkets everywhere. On 10:89 and 10:53 a.m. Talksport.
Tommy Boyd.
This is your assignment.
The hatred of the nation against an impish has-been.
Tommy Boyd, throwing a bone to the yapping dogs
on Talksport.
Charlie Wilf with you on Talksport at 1 in about 10 minutes' time. Let's run down the switchboard from line 1. Line 1, you're live. Good evening.
Ivor Williams, Tesmet Greyhound, David Leaf, Tom Birch, and James Dyke all think Charlie Wolf looks like a horse. The reader...
I don't know whether that's an insult or not. I mean, Charlie Wolf...
Depends. I mean, there are
big enough to take it.
And there's some fine-looking horses. I wouldn't mind looking like, you know...
Ian Botham always calls me Pinocchio.
Why?
Because he can.
Don't you smack him?
No, you don't smack Ian Botham, no. No, sir. No, sir. No, sir. No, in a way, you're kind of flattered that someone's noticed. Line 2, you're on the Human Zoo. Good evening.
Hello, Mr. Boyd, MBE. I have returned. You love to me, Mally.
Nice. Line 3, you're on the Human Zoo. Hi. And to line 4. Good evening, line 4.
Hello, Tommy.
Hello.
I'm glad you enjoyed my call earlier.
Yes, you're starting to sound a little bit like a kidnapper now.
I'm afraid I am.
You are a kidnapper.
I'm afraid so.
Well, would you like to send me one of your body parts to prove it?
Well, it's not humans that I
No, okay, that's fine.
It's a plant. I'm afraid I've got your favourite plant with me now.
That's impossible.
Well, I had it right here in front of my eyes. I see it.
It is eerie talking to somebody who can talk like this, isn't it? Can you do some stuff to order for me?
I could try, Tommy.
Okay. Could you say something like out of a 1948 black and white flying saucer movie along the lines of something like, our people have travelled a long way. We are not going to be denied by a mere farmer. Go on.
People have travelled a long way. I've forgotten the rest.
No, that was very good, that was very good. No, they say something like, our people have travelled a long way. We are not going to be denied by a mere earthling. Go on.
You, sir. I'm afraid I have cannabis memory.
Cannabis memory?
I'm afraid so. It's terrible.
It's like tennis elbow.
Is it?
Yeah, man.
How much is tennis elbow for a announce then?
You'd have to ask us.
What are you talking? Grass or clay?
Very good, everybody. I tell you what, that you could have sat around for a whole afternoon, 12 of you, and not come up with anything better. Very good. That was very good. Did you make all that up, or did I miss that meeting?
No, we wrote it earlier in the pre-production.
That was hot. That was hot. That was very, very good. I'm glad I stayed up to hear that bit.
It's beautiful, man.
That was. That bloody was, man. That bloody was great. That was great.
Beautiful.
I don't think we're going to get anything better than that. Shouldn't you quit whilst you're ahead?
Yeah.
Right, well, shall we pack up then and Charlie can start whenever he feels like it?
It's not a bad idea.
Okay.
Is that alright?
Fine, mate.
Yeah?
No problem at all.
Beautiful, okay.
Wolf, get your backside in here.
In 1972, a cracked-up radio duo was sent to prison by a radio court for a crime they didn't commit. These men promptly escaped from a maximum security stockade to Talksport. Today, still wanted by the government, they survive as radio presenters of fortune. If you need drive time sport on the radio, and if you can find 1089 and 1053 AM, maybe you can hear the H&J team.
Hawksby and Jacobs. Get all your drive time sport on the run this afternoon from 4 on Talksport.
It was my accident. It should be my compensation. Why should I share it?
So call Tort Legal because win or lose, you won't pay us a penny. And Tort Legal lawyers have already recovered millions for accident victims.
To register your claim, call 08000 19 64 64.
Tort Legal.
It's only fair you don't have to share.
Ask yourself, what music reflects your mood? This. Or maybe this. However you're feeling, here's a collection of music to reflect your every mood. It's called, quite simply, Moods. 64 mood-enhancing tracks to soothe you, to relax you, to put you in the mood for whatever. Moods is all yours on 4 CDs for $29.99 plus $2.50 post and packing. Delivered to your door within 14 days and your money back if you're not completely satisfied. You won't find Moods in any shop. Only by calling 08705 445566. In the mood yet? 08705 445566.
On 1089 and 1053 AM. On Talksport.
Charlie? Charlie? You're on. You're on. How am I on? Oh, I've packed up. Oh.
We did such a good call. Mm-hmm. It was the best thing ever.
Right.
And I believe in quitting while you're ahead. It was so
you're quitting? Are you quitting for good?
I'll be back on Friday.
I mean, how's it been your stairway to heaven?
Thursday?
No, there's no show on Thursday because it's golf.
Oh, right.
If this was your stairway to heaven, then maybe you should quit and never write again.
You
never perform, never...
I can't imagine that there'd be a better call than... did we log it? Play it again to Charlie? No. What it was a guy rang up, and he's got a machine at home so he can do voices, and it sounded like something out of a UFO thing. So, I can't remember how it worked out. I can't remember the full details.
It was that good you can't remember it.
Well, I can't remember the exact construction of it, but you couldn't have scripted it. And then he started talking about something or other, and then he started blah-de-blah, and then he went into
yada,
dope or something. Dope, right? And then something else happened, and then Ash said something about tennis elbow. And so it came back, and then something else, and he started talking about, he mentioned dope, and then Ash said grass or clay, which is sort of like to do with dope and to do with tennis. And you couldn't actually have scripted it, and it was very good. And so we played a commercial break, and then I thought, no, we can't do anything better than that. I like the show to end on a good call.
So you're
you know what I mean?
Now. Yeah.
I thought we'll pack up now. I mean, we've got a stacked switchboard and everything, but what do you think, Ash?
Yeah,
Ash is the boss. Do you think we should go down the switchboard again, or should we say no? Got it. We couldn't do a better call than that.
Nah, I think you're all idiots after this.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think I could talk to your show. I don't know if I should show up. It would only demean.
Shall we all go down the pub?
Yeah, because if I was to come on, I mean, I was going to talk about stuff like, I don't know, Parliament and Amanda Patel and
I remember,
who cares, you know? I mean,
I was doing a really bad pantomime one Christmas, and we ended up the last week. It was about February, and we were at Battersea Town Hall, and we were doing afternoons and evenings, and it was dire, and I think it was some kind of a council thing. And one afternoon we went out. You know, the curtain rises and all the music, which was taped, and we went out there.
Gosh, that is bad.
And there were total people in the audience. 2 people. It was a cast of 17. 2 people in the audience.
Show must go on?
No. What I did was I leaned out over the lights and I said, "Look, do you want to see this?" Because they were both adults. I think they'd come in from the rain. I said, "Do you want to see this, or shall we all go to the pub?" And both these, well, it's a bloke and a woman, and they both said, "Let's go to the pub." So we all went to the pub.
I bet you they had a better show than us.
Much better show. We put our coats on over our Robin Hood costumes. Honestly. And the 2 members of the audience and us, we went round the corner to the pub and we had a fantastic afternoon.
Well, why don't we, because there's probably more of us in the building that are actually listening to the radio station right now, so, you know.
Conceivable.
Yeah, so why don't we all meet up at a pub? We'll just turn the thing off.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll have to go to an illegal drinking establishment now.
There's that aspect
of
it.
We could just meet out in front of the building, maybe. I've got some spare cans of Coke in the car.
What would be really good, you know? I mean, you can't do it on a national radio station because you know there are people obviously listening in the Hebrides and in Land's End and on the Isle of Wight and so on, so on, so on.
Yeah.
But what would be really nice, and in a way, you know, like, you know, Charlie, on your show, you create a, you know, you chat to people as though they're with you and kind of thing, and that's how I think radio should be. But what would be really nice would be if you could say to people listening, "Hey, let's go to the pub."
Yeah.
And if you create that kind of feeling in what you're doing,
have the show at the pub.
In the sense you do.
Yeah, we try. I mean,
living rooms.
Yeah.
You know, you talk to people as though they're in their home because of course
exactly. I usually get in trouble for it. Yeah, because sometimes I got in trouble the other night because some guy. I was talking pub talk. We had some lady call up, and I can't remember what it was. We're talking about blacks and Jews. It was very jovial. You know, I was like, "Oh, well, who's had it worse? Us, you know, us Jews or you blacks?" And because it was like the sort of thing, you know, sometimes you're down the pub, and it, on any other level, could possibly be termed as racist, but it was just a bunch of guys very jovially down the pub. "Oh, no, us blacks have had it far worse than you Jews," you know. And yeah, someone didn't realize that the kind of show we do is like all a bunch of mates down the pub.
I'm a huge believer in that. I'm a huge believer in it. I think that whether you're on the radio or contributing to the radio, you can't do it on TV. It's a different type of broadcasting. But on radio, particularly late night, I think you just should talk about things that people talk about in the way that people talk about.
I think the problem you've had in this country is you've had so many years of the BBC was, now, Mr. Jones, your opinion, please. I think that Stax is doing a great job.
Start me off on that.
And then it's like, thank you, Mrs. Jones. Now, Mr. Smith in Red Hill.
I've got a book at home. It's called something like The Power Game, and it's a history of radio broadcasting in this country. The first 4 or 5 chapters are given over to what Lord Reith did when he got the whole thing going. And, you know, he was 6'8", and he was a towering individual.
Methodist, wasn't he? Scottish
Barge his way through anybody at meetings and things, and he was determined that he would somehow improve the great unwashed British public. Now, maybe in the late 20s, early 30s, there was an argument.
Hence the Archers.
Up to a point, yeah. But the trouble is that his ghost still stalks the corridor of every radio organisation.
But it also stalks the listeners, because you get people that will call up, and it's like, "How dare you have an opinion?" Is the host of the show. And it's like, well, of course I got an opinion.
Is that?
Or, you know, people do not, I've had to give, I'm starting to do civics lessons at night here on the radio, because I'll get people calling, writing in saying, "Charlie's always talking about free speech. He has no idea about free speech, because I've called up with an opinion, and he's argued with me."
Yeah.
And they think, well, you know, they think that anyone has, civics, old boy.
Not physics.
Not physics. No, not physics.
No.
There's not enough physics on the radio.
No, there's not. Have you ever seen the Britney Spears and the physics? What's that damn site? What is it? Quantum Theory Mechanics and Britney Spears or something. It's a fantastic. Yeah.
What happened?
There's a bunch of scientists who've talked about quantum theory mechanics, physics, but it's all illustrated with pictures of Britney Spears. Fantastic website.
I have to say that I have a thing with that Britney Spears. Whenever I hear the name, I think of that video of her in the schoolgirl's outfit.
Yeah.
And I know it's obvious, but that for me is the greatest pop video ever made.
Exactly.
For all the wrong reasons.
What about Karma Chameleon?
Karma Chameleon. I've got a story about Karma Chameleon.
Oh, really?
No, the Boy George, the first Boy George song. What was his first song?
Do You Really Want to Hurt Me?
Yeah. I came in from the living room. I had a plate of beans on toast and Top of the Pops was on. And I'd not heard the song before, so I didn't know who it was or what the artist was. And I sat down and I actually thought, she's all right. I did not even I did. And it's a salient moment when you say to your flatmate, because he was
like a bit of her,
he was a lovely playing guy. He played for the Harlequins, and I said,
Boy George?
No, my flatmate.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, I remember George playing for the Harlequins, yes.
I said something along the lines of, I wouldn't mind giving her one or something. He sort of went, that's Boy George. I said, what?
Well, George could be a girl's name, Georgie.
I know. So you
like
just got to keep your wits
it's like the Crying Game. I remember the Crying Game. Remember the black soldier meets the girl, and they're in bed, and and girls don't understand this, but guys, when we watch a movie and the guy's going to get it or give it, whatever the case may be, every guy is vicariously there with him. So it's like when this guy was scoring, I'm sitting there in the cinema going, yeah, get in there, get it, because I'd probably fancied her myself and would have given her one myself. It's like, yeah. So the minute he pulls her underpants down and sees that there's, a bit of male genitalia there, not only did he jump back in horror, but the same thing. Yeah, I was like, oh my God, I'm gay.
You've been there in spirit. Charlie Wolf will be with you right after news and sport at 1, which is the time right now. You're tuned to Talk Sport.
On 1089 and 1053 AM, Talk Sport. On the hour, sports updates and headline news from the Sky News Centre.
It's 1 o'clock. I'm Howell George. The sports...